We got tons of laughs to spare. We're aiming for 10,000 subs, and we're almost there. When we reach to a pro, the coolest con of all, we'll celebrate year of the pirate and the blood rage. Whoa! Welcome to the Dragon Show. We brought that booze to share, and enough fizzy cherry cola to make our problems disappear. We got fizzy cherry cola, the blood ritual, dick-shaped things, and so much more. So sit back, relax, crack open a beer, cause he's into the blue and Alkali's not here.
Hey! Hello, welcome to the Dragon Show. That's Dragon and Fair together. I am Xander, this is Alkali.
I'm not here.
And we're on a fire stream!
Yay, it happened!
And we are with Miko, and I got the intro correct.
Yeah! Thank you very much for being here, Miko.
You don't understand.
What's everyone drinking?
Rum and Coke as usual. Had to finish some stuff off, you know how it go.
Yeah. Absinthe, lazy style.
I found a bottle of vintage 2010 Old Vine Zinfandel from Gnarlyhead. It has a cool tree on the cover, so I'm drinking it.
It's orange and it's spooky, and you got green.
It's very spooky,
Not
yeah.
brown, which is also spooky. Because it, you know, when you get scared, that's what happens. What?
All right,
Yeah,
we're there. We made
off to a
it.
good start. Hello, everyone. Hope you're doing well today. Lots of things have happened. We're not going to talk about them.
What?
That's right.
That's one way to do that, all right.
No, serious.
Lots of things have happened.
People who
Let's
follow my
move on.
Twitter account, or any Twitter account, knows what's
Or
happening
any.
right now. So, you know, I figure you probably heard enough of that, honestly. I mean, it might come up, and that's cool, but, you know, we like to how about Spooky Month? You're not going to take our Spooky Month from us, damn it.
That's
It's
right.
Spooky Month.
So we have John wanting a rum and coke, so you should get a rum and coke. David as a classic screwdriver, great choice, David. And I'm loving this one. Onyx is drinking cold medication. I called that college.
The moonshine of medicine.
The
They
Right?
took all the fun stuff out in the 90s, though.
Aw,
you
did
can
they?
just buy it separate. You just got to know where to get it from.
Fair enough.
NyQuil used to be fun until they ruined it. Is that how that worked?
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah, Drager mentioned that this is a good-looking absinthe, and you can't even tell because it's very cloudy because of the way I made it, but Drager got us these neat little ice
Cubes.
cube trays that make these very clear ice cubes that were clear before I put it in my drink.
And it became a
Probably the
monument.
temperature change. It probably messes with the opacacy. Opacancy?
Opacacy.
Probably not a word.
Well, you know, I'm bastardizing it with powdered sugar instead of regular sugar and
Yes.
pouring it the correct way. I did it the convention way. It's fine.
Yeah.
I love that that is the convention way, because I totally get what you mean. Like at home, we're mixing drinks. It's like, yes, bring out the tray. We will take our time. At cons, we're like, rum and coke? Shot of rum, can of coke. Got it.
That's right. Oh, I need to go in the lobby? Well, they gave us these neat Starbucks cups.
Oh no.
Oh, the Starbucks cups. I still love watching everyone walk around with Gatorade bottles. It's like, oh, really? What color Gatorade is that? Because I've never seen it before. Vodka? All right.
All right, the weekend has started. What are you guys drinking?
They've
know
got
it's
some good ones.
Early afternoon, but we started, so.
Gray Foxen? Bad.
Hmm,
That's what you stir it with, not what you drink it with.
gotcha.
I'm glad I made my own.
Oh man.
And I'm trying to see if there were any more drink. Gray Foxen, that was funny as hell. No, we are having a little bit of a head start on our drinking
Yeah.
for the day. It's our weekend. Weekend at this house starts on Friday.
That's right.
That's how it goes.
The future's so bright, I gotta wear shades apparently, and also the sun's right over there. So.
I can't believe you still have the red shades. That
Hey, it
makes me
works out.
so happy.
Yeah, I can pretend to color coordinate every once in a while.
Where are those from? It looks
I
like
don't even know. They probably from Dye or something.
It's on the side.
Huh? Probably has a Mickey Mouse on it. Or
Oh,
something.
you know what? It came with tequila. That's
What?
right. Yeah, they're tequila sunglasses. They're Hornitos.
You hear the bottle and hear the shades after you finish it?
Because the future is so bright. Also, your eyes are going to get very bloodshot, so you should wear shades. Mama T, good to see you, and she has chosen one of the kings of drinks, the Bloody Mary.
Oh,
I was thinking about doing that.
Oh, Bloody Marys are... I still will never forget doing the Bloody Mary Mimosa tour in Door County.
Mm-hmm.
Every place we went to, I picked the wrong drink.
I'm
All
sure.
3 of them.
Wait, how do you pick a wrong drink?
Oh, not wrong. The first place we went to had OK Mimosas. The Bloody Mary was the one he got. It was just this thick, viscous, beautiful Bloody Mary with a burger on top. And I got a mimosa.
Wisconsin style.
Very Wisconsin style. So we went to the second place. I'm like, well, I already had a mimosa. I'll get it. That one was a Bloody Mary, a mix. And the mimosa was like orange and passion fruit, and there was a star fruit in it. So the third one, I'm like, all right, I'm flipping a coin. So I ordered a burger.
So what happens when you drink 3 Bloody Marys while staring in the mirror?
Hillary Clinton comes out.
Whoa!
No, she's cool. She just wants to talk with you.
Do they like me again? No!
Am I cool yet?
Am I cool? You'll never be cool, Hillary.
Who's that boy?
Who's that boy? It's me. Anyway.
They're asking if you have a bit much absinthe in your cup.
No, it's pretty watered down. Trust me. It looks like a lot more, but the ice cube that was in this is enormous.
Yeah.
Like I mentioned, Dragger gave us a fancy new ice tray, and 2 of them were melded together, and I couldn't get them apart, so I just kind of put it in here, and it's about 3/4 of the glass.
Nice.
It is weird, grabbing our normal ice trays. Like, oh, the cubes are sticking together. Dragger's ice cubes are about this big, so when they stick together, it's like building material. I kind of want to make an igloo in the house. Let's just, what is it called, Minecraft? Let's just Minecraft the kitchen with ice until it melts and your rats go swimming.
You have a backyard. You know?
I'm sorry.
Arguably.
Oh, yeah.
Arguably.
Arguably, it's true.
Voodoo Ranger IPA. Silver got him on. Good choice.
You can always make it in VR too. There's always that. Make no snowmen in VR.
That's true.
Yeah. Which we've been doing a little bit. It's pretty fun.
Oh,
I'm bouncing
yeah.
all over the place right now. Sorry, guys.
Got to be a mouse in real life.
That's right.
Well, I mean, in real fake life.
Yeah, you might
Real
have,
fake life.
you might have seen us on the Hollywood Furry Squares or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
Furrywood
Gotta say,
Squares.
hosted the Hollywood Squares.
It was
and
wonderful.
All 3 of us were contestants.
Yeah.
Dragger and Chris and Adler and...
Narkeel, and we're forgetting somebody. Fur, and somebody else.
And a lot
Yeah,
of
it was a really
and-
good time. If you guys
Yeah.
get a chance, you should follow Kataze. He does game shows like that on VR fairly every once in a while.
Yeah.
A lot of fun. I mean, it was a lot of fun until we found out that looking through a VR machine and doing emotes, waving, dancing, dying, totally normal. It doesn't move. He was in the square underneath mine.
Yep.
I found out after the show that every time I was emoting, my avatar would clip and put my ass in his face.
Yes.
It was just like, oh, hi.
I put a clip on my Twitter somewhere where I scared Fur with my ass coming through the ceiling. He's like, "What?" Oh, sorry, Fur.
You didn't want to overtalk everyone, so a lot of the performers in there realized okay, I can't verbally do anything, but I have all these emotes. I was in your square for half of the damn show.
Oh, yeah.
Wave, dance, die, wave again, throw money. Just,
You're constantly dying for our entertainment.
yes, I die for your sins. What else do you want?
Lets us know into your psyche, I guess. I must die for you. Thanks, Alkali. Tequila.
Tequila. Husky says the White Russian has become his favorite drink. White Russians are absolutely outstanding.
I always
They're
like
into cream-based drinks. That's a good one.
I think I tried it because I heard about it on Big Lebowski,
Yeah.
Okay, well, there you go.
and it was really good.
That was one of my college drinks.
Yeah.
Where we didn't actually go out and buy all the proper things, but we're like, well, we have vodka, and we have Bailey's, and we have powdered cappuccino mix. That's pretty close, right? It actually is pretty good.
Sue Deer is here. Hello,
Hey,
Sue.
Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Wow, rough guys.
Right when it came out of my mouth, I'm like, fuck.
Hi,
Anyway,
Sue.
Sue Deer is here.
Good to. Thanks for being in the chat. There we go. I did it.
Well done.
Thanks for your presence. There, I made it
Thank
not
you for
visual.
being here.
Thank you for being here. I'm trying to remember. I think some of the weirder drinks we made in college. Because yeah, you're right. You would buy the crummy booze and like the crummy mixers, and then you'd go to town. So most of it was powdered lemonade and vodka. We do that a lot.
Soda and vodka.
But we had the cafeteria. So at my college, the cafeteria was basically open for use, but the area where they would do food was closed off. But for the most part, you could just go in there and get a soda, because they just didn't lock the door.
Oh, okay.
That's nice.
And you could sign it out and do LAN parties. That was our big LAN party spot. And the rule was, like, you could sign it out for free. You had to sign up ahead of time. In the morning, if they came in there and it was clean, they'd probably never say anything about you signing it out. They were always cool. But a lot of groups lost use of it because they just left it a mess. And then there was us. They didn't quite know what to do with the LAN party group that would take over the room, set up tables, set up the LAN party, but finish all of the Mountain Dew, and all of the milk.
Oh, man.
For a very weird reason. The gentleman who actually started the LAN party group, like I was operations, he was like the head of it. His favorite drink, and this is not a joke, 3 parts root beer to 1 parts milk. Poor man's root beer float.
Oh, my God.
Yes. And we're not talking about a stein of it. We're talking about he would make pictures of this and just put it next to him it was ridiculous. And he got a lot of people into it. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't good.
He made a thing. He was happy. It's like Taco Bell every month. They come out with a new thing that's never been made before. They call it something new.
A new thing made out of the same 7 ingredients that's never been made before.
Hey guys, made it. The What the Fuckerito. $5 for the What the Fuckerito.
The worst part is, I would buy that.
I would totally
too.
buy
You don't even have to tell me what's in it. I would try it.
WTF Burrito would sell. God, I should have been marketing. God damn it.
You should have.
I know.
Pepper's doing root beer and milk right now.
Oh.
Fuck yes. Pepper, thank you for being here.
All right, that's something I guess I'll have to introduce myself to.
Here's a commercial.
Pepper showed me what it meant to drink a 40. So I guess
He did. He introduced us to 40s.
He did introduce us to 40s.
How to get fucked up on $2 of booze or whatever the hell it is, because it's cheap and it gets you drunk. Holy crap.
Xander, you're really good at marketing.
Okay.
Make a commercial for the What the Fuckerito.
How you doing? It's the What the Fuckerito. That's how it starts. Got a mask? Got no mask? I don't give a shit. What the Fuckerito?
Here at Taco Bell, we realized something. You can put everything into a tray with a little bit of a hoop on it, and if you hit it, it goes into the air. What the Fuckerito? We don't know what's going in it, neither will you.
By the way, wear a mask, everyone. What? I'm gonna say, this guy's not trustable. That's why I'm trying to...
Oh, okay.
What the
I understand.
Fuckerito?
The What the Fuckerito. Wear a mask.
Wear a mask. Oh, it comes in a $5 box. It's actually $10, but don't worry about it.
We're taking a loss on this one, but we're Taco Bell. We don't care.
Inside there's a cake, and inside that cake there's a shiv. Don't worry about it. Well, what the Fuckerito? Where's the burrito? That's a surprise.
Here at
It's just
Taco
a fucking
Bell,
cake. You get it?
we hide our burritos inside the shiv. We're a little different here at Taco Bell. The What the Fuckerito.
You call him up. All right, I've been told to say that burrito was in your heart the whole time.
That's the
the
passphrase.
burrito's in your mind.
The burrito's in your mind.
Oh my God.
Psycherito.
I'll never forget the first time my dad ever saw my mom order a fajita. He got angry. He called it a do-it-yourself taco and was like, you can't order that. That's their job. I'm like, this is the strangest argument I've ever heard.
Sounds like your dad, though.
Yep, it does sound like...
What was the argument? That you can't make a taco yourself?
Why are they
Well,
bringing you all the ingredients? Make the food.
Yeah,
you paid
you're
them.
at a restaurant,
Yeah.
like...
Oh my God, it's so
Yep,
funny.
he is one of the funniest people I know in the darkest sense of humor. Like, just ridiculous.
Wow. What the Fuckerito, man? This is just one of the things. Like,
The real burrito is the friends we made along the way.
yes! Yes!
Oh my God!
That's right.
Oh boy.
I like that in our world, Taco Bell has got super meta. It's just like...
I just think everything should, like, the Psychorito made me think, if I was like to sit down with a psychological professional and have a session, just to have a giant burrito to be eating the whole time, that would make me feel so much better.
I don't know, that sounds like what my therapist was comparing my problems to.
A burrito?
Oh, yeah.
A 7-layer burrito.
Absolutely, as in it's going to take a minimum of 7 sessions at 1 hour apiece at $150 an hour.
Yep. That sounds like a 7-layer burrito.
We got to the childhood layer of the burrito. It's sour cream.
I was just going to say, the child layer is definitely the sour cream. You don't need it. It's cold. It makes everything weird, but if you don't have it, nothing is right.
What are you trying to say?
I do not like sour cream.
I really like sour cream.
I know you do. It is hysterical how much you like sour cream.
I thought you were making an argument for child labor or something.
In the burrito only. Somebody has to make those layers perfect. Children fit in the burrito. Size thing. It's... Didn't you ever see Snow?
Happened?
You've never seen Snowpiercer?
You know what? We're just
out of contexting that forever.
Yep.
Snowpiercer.
Snowpiercer.
The
That
children
makes it better.
fit in the gears, so they had to fix them.
The children fit in the burrito.
The children fit in the burrito, so they have to layer the burrito.
Of society.
Of society.
Children grease the burrito gears
Of society, that's right.
They're the sauce of the burrito.
Without them, life would be a taco, and who wants that?
I don't like this anymore.
I think Miko's uncomfortable.
I don't like this anymore.
All right.
I already have enough problems like envisioning what Taco Bell actually puts on the inside of those things that I never look at. So
It's best you don't know.
yeah.
All right. So I'm at Nero, and a furry, who will remain nameless because of the context of the story, shows up and alerts all of us that since he can't afford food at Nero, that he has brought his own food and is willing to share with us. He worked at Taco Bell and then showed us the food that he bought. It wasn't a sandwich bag. It wasn't a gallon Ziploc bag. It was one of those 13-gallon scented garbage bags, which is why all of us were disgusted, of the meat. Just the cooked meat from Taco Bell.
Directly into the bag. Not
He ate it
not in a pan in a bag, just like
Nope.
garbage bag of meat.
Directly in the bag, garbage bag of meat. And he promised us, like, oh yeah, no, I cooked it. This is the easiest way to transport it. But I'll never forget the bag was one of those perfumed bags, so that, yep.
Yeah, well aware.
Yep. So, he got sick that weekend. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah, I know. How did that happen?
Must have gone to a rose garden. Oh, wait, I did it. Oh, I'm sorry. I gotta take a drink every time I bring the news up. Oh, sorry.
And if you'll excuse me, I was baking yesterday, and I don't know what happened, but I got a ton of spice in my nose, and I keep sneezing, so I'm going to go get my hanky. I'll be back.
Yeah, I was wondering if you wanted to take care of that.
Yep.
You had an accident.
Take care.
Alkali made an art in his hands. He went, and it looked like a Jackson Pollock. What? Dude, I did not get Jackson Pollock at all, and I still don't. I get it, and I don't, and
I expected you two better than me, being the art guy.
Guys, if you don't know who Jackson Pollock is, just Google it.
It's easier that way. Just looking, you'll go,
Oh.
oh.
Yeah.
And that's it. That's the whole thing.
And then you watch Dinosaurs where the baby throws his dinner on the ground and goes, look what I made! Art! That's Jackson Pollock. And he drank a lot and threw stuff on canvas and said, that means things. I'm
That's
like, okay,
right.
Man.
I don't mean to keep bringing it back to this, but just like my therapist, like, look at these blotches. What do you think this means?
Yeah.
I made this myself also. Do you want to buy it? It's $50.
Oh my God.
Oh, I've heard about that, like, psychiatrists who, like, try out their material on their patients and stuff. And they give you a banana sticker. No.
Oh.
That was Metalocalypse, actually.
That's really interesting.
What?
Pup Sins. Jackson Pollock became famous because the CIA secretly promoted him as part of Cold War propaganda about American creative freedom.
Jesus.
I 100% believe that. K-pop. That's one of the craziest things I've ever heard.
Oh my god.
I watched that too. I
Yeah.
watched the same thing as you did.
yeah,
Yeah,
I saw that. Yeah,
that was
yeah.
amazing.
Just a quick recap. Help me out with the country. Is it Korea?
South Korea.
Thank you, South Korea. South Korea decided they wanted a economy that had something to export, so they went with artistic creativity and really went all in on this K-pop thing, and it worked. Like that is an export for South Korea, which is super cool that they were able
like,
to pull
man,
that off.
boy bands are a thing. Well, they were. We can do it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Well,
did.
Yeah, guys, you know that K-pop that came out? That was created by the government, like literally.
Mhm.
They put boy bands together
The
and threw
government
them
knows
out
when
there,
to masturbate.
and now they're all
Government
on
knows
Jimmy
when to
Fallon.
masturbate.
At least the one that was a KSA is like the biggest one or something like that.
I don't know what the news story was, but I actually had to put on our newsletter that goes out to like the trading community about K-pop people because a bunch of them like just made it into the millionaires bracket.
I
A
believe
bunch of them. Yeah.
There was a Vox short documentary about the creation of K-pop and where that all came from. And it's basically what we're saying. Government went, go make music and export it. It's fucking crazy.
Make music and make country money.
Imagine if the government funded the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC. That would be what that would be like. It's weird.
Oh my god.
It is weird. It's super weird.
Man.
Anyway,
BTS, big time socialists.
big time socialists. That's funny because like North Korea's. Yeah, never mind.
Correct, Pupsins. They did not create it. They backed it and made it the powerhouse that it is today. Yes, they
Yeah, that's
did
fair.
not actually start like let's do boy bands and make them like more holy. I don't know.
I've been imagining it like electric cars in America where they're like, make a boy band get tax cuts. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah. Oh,
All you need is a bunch of money and say, guys, this is really good and important. And put a bunch of shiny shit behind it. We're like, oh, okay. That's how the world works.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyway.
so talking about insane stuff like that, I don't remember if we've done it on the show. Have we talked about Tesla and the stockholders meeting?
No, you need to talk about
No,
it.
yeah, you did mention that. I don't remember the whole thing though.
This is amazing. So a shareholders meeting is when a bunch of people get together. Shareholders that hold parts of the company own part of the company. Shareholders can vote to talk about a topic that they then must talk about during the shareholders meeting. Tesla is big enough that they just televise these shareholders meetings. Okay, you're all up to date now. The shareholders for Tesla wanted to talk about, we're going back to it, child labor. Because you see, one of the ingredients in Tesla's cars, and I could be wrong about this, but I believe it's the cobalt, can only be sourced from a few places. All of those places, all of them, are right now being heavily looked at because of child labor practices. So the shareholders got onto the ballot. It's like, we want to talk about this. We're Tesla. We're trying to save the world. Maybe we shouldn't buy cobalt from where kids are having to mine it. To which the board, because don't forget, this is still a shareholders meeting, the board of directors gets to tell the shareholders what they think is the proper way for them to vote. So the Tesla board of directors had to justify child labor. I will never forget the moment when I realized capitalism is this broken, is watching these people, a lawyer, stand in front of a microphone, reading prepared statements, and then the shareholders get their turn to talk, tell you, hey, don't have much to say, child labor. And finding out afterwards that because of the way a shareholders meeting works, the issue was already voted on. There was no after vote after the speeches. The issue was already settled and done. And that led into Elon Musk going out there and talking about batteries. It was one of the most surreal days I've had at work in such a long
listen,
time.
We could not do child labor, or you cannot make the money.
Yeah.
More or less.
I think I know what Elon Musk's first plan was to get those people out of the cave was now.
Yeah.
You make a rope made of children.
Yeah.
Because they're small and you can fit it in there.
See?
No,
Snowpiercer.
Elon, we can't do that. Okay, hear me out. We
Snowpiercer.
make a submarine out of children.
Don't worry. We can make more children.
That's right.
Yeah.
That is a renewable resource.
Yeah.
It is
I was gonna say.
right? That's green energy, guys. You just make more children and you just compound the rest. It's renewable.
God, solar, hydro, children. I don't understand what's so hard.
Yeah. It's a science. What's wrong with you?
Oh my god.
No, Elon,
So-
we can't do it.
Can you say cobalt again?
Cobalt. Am I saying it wrong?
No, it's just that every time you say that, it sounds almost exactly the same way that you say kobold.
Kobold!
And so I'm just like, oh, like cute little lizard people mining away in the caves. Oh, it's adorable.
You know what I learned?
Cute little lizard people mining away in the caves is adorable.
You know-
Kobolds are amazing.
You know what the best way to justify any injustice that you can't, your hands are tied? It is what it is.
That's how they justified it.
It is.
They're not kidding.
That's what
They-
Trump said. Okay, I said
Yeah,
the thing.
you're
Yep,
doing
yep.
the thing. You're pushing
Ah!
But we can say that as far as here's the cliff notes on what the board of directors said. We have to get it from somewhere. Do you want us to go bankrupt? If you take everything they said and mill it down, that's what they said, and they won. So, table.
I mean, what, you want to just not use kids? What's wrong with you?
it. There is a workable resource out there, and we are capitalists. We have to go out there and.
That's
Anyway.
right.
Hey guys, I
If
got a...
No Man's Sky has taught me anything.
That's what I was going to try to lead into. Was like you could just get Cobalt easier if we just had those little tools like No Man's Sky,
The
which you've
lasers.
been playing in the VR lately.
No Man's Sky in VR is the next step towards my biggest dream, which is one day I will retire. They're gonna stick me in a nursing home. I just want to be plugged into a computer and play World of Warcraft for a life.
That's a
No
new
Man's
Facebook.
Sky is one spot closer. What's
Listen,
up?
that's the new Facebook. That's the new free labor. You think you're buying a game, right? But they hook all your labor up to like VR drones. You think you're chilling out and just chilling, and you're mining some more. I'm just taking a little break off of my 9 to 5. But in reality, you're hooked up to a drone in space, and you're like getting shit for Elon.
So I had a similar thought. Do you remember folding at home?
yeah.
Basically, folding at home is a thing that would come pre-installed on either with a bunch of programs or with your new computer or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay.
And basically, whatever of your computer you're not using, it would use your computer, your processing power to like try to map the human genome and that sort of thing.
Yes.
It was like Boston University. I don't remember who it was. But no, that's my theory, is that once we figure out the Matrix, they're going to do the same thing with your brain.
Oh,
Hell
we're
yeah,
we're
man.
literally going into the Matrix, aren't we? We're there. All right.
Hand over your flesh.
Yep.
Hand over
Let's-
your flesh.
Give
guys.
me your
Come on.
flesh.
Let's take a moment here. Let's take a moment. You know that your world is virtual
Am I still
reality.
happy?
Yeah.
Okay, then I'm fine.
Do you take the red pill or the blue pill? Do you stay in VR and just be happy, or do you come back out so that you can live your real life? And we're not talking about now. Like right now, I'd say that we're at a point in our lives where you want to better yourself. I'm talking about when you're retired. 100%. If I'm 70, I'm taking... What is it, the blue pill? That means you just get to stay in the Matrix?
I was going to ask you to clarify that for me because
I couldn't remember either.
whereas I have watched only the first Matrix.
You mean the only Matrix?
Isn't like blue pilling just like fucking off with all your money and just letting society explode? Basically?
I'm sorry, did you not see the stake?
Yeah.
There is the stake in the second or third Matrix.
True.
Look at that stake and tell me you wouldn't have the blue pill.
It's a very good steak.
Gray Fox eats both pills. You just implode.
Oh, purple pill.
Purple pill.
Purple-
Yeah, I take the purple pill. Wait, isn't it Nexium? Isn't that for like? Oh, and all of a sudden like. Neo takes both pills. Like, my allergies are cured. And that's the end. It's just for Allegra or something.
It's just Allegra.
Oh my god.
The stake is it is the first Matrix. Yeah, he's right. That guy dies in the first Matrix. That's right. Okay, yes.
Yeah, Lucifer or Cypher. His
Cypher.
name is Cypher because not everything means things. His name
Yeah.
is Cypher. Lucifer, temptation, bullshit. I like the first Matrix.
Sudir
Holy
says
shit, I
that
never knew
they
Yeah.
read a Cherry Pratchett short story about living in VR. I'm genuinely curious.
So
Send
am
that
I.
along my way if you can. Like,
Yeah, that sounds really cool.
Terry Pratchett writing about VR, that sounds like a hot mess. Like a wonderful hot mess.
Hold on, let me geek out about Matrix real quick because you didn't know about Cypher.
I did
There's all
not.
sorts of stupid hidden meanings in the names. Neo, one, obviously respelled. Neo, new thing. What else? The other ones for Trinity, obviously fucking Trinity of Christianity. They're trying to make some allegory there. What was the other one about that in the Matrix? There's one more.
I'm
Oh,
guessing-
Morpheus.
Yeah,
King
I
of
was going to say
Dreams.
Morpheus, yeah.
Yep.
Did you say King of Dreams?
He had a dream or some shit, right?
Very
He
cool.
woke people
Very
out.
cool.
That's his whole deal.
Right. His whole thing is wake up, sheeple. Like,
Yeah.
That's his whole thing.
So in I don't even know where Morpheus is from, but it's and Nebuchadnezzar is also all.
Nebuchadnezzar, I recognized.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's from.
Trust me. In 1999, when all this shit was came out, and I loved The Matrix,
Yep.
I looked all this shit up.
I'm sorry, what was that name again? Did you just have a stroke?
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Neb-
It's a yeah.
Well, no. Regardless, I didn't even know the name. It just sounded like.
That just sounds like everything I say.
I mean, fair enough.
Sure.
Oh my god.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar.
Nebuchadnezzar. God damn it.
Oh, all I know is that Cypher I had never really seen outside of Matrix. And then my partner at work, Tom, because we have we'll throw on TV in the background because you gotta. He got me into The Sopranos. I had no idea Cypher plays a main character for like 2 to 3 seasons of Sopranos. And he is as big of a douchebag as he is in The Matrix. Like, he is so good at that character, you just hate him. You just hate him. So, I respect that a lot.
Oh, we respect hate. Wait.
Any actor that can make you immediately hate the character. Going over to Deep Space Nine, Garrick. The Garrick character in Deep Space Nine is a very well thought out character. 100% becomes the best character out there because of his attention to detail. Everything that he does, every movement, shows you that he has more to his history than you could ever imagine. He brought that to life, and I super respect stuff like that.
And I'm telling you, you gotta watch that video by Super Eye Patch Wolf about how to make people hate you. Because it's just about writing good villains and how they're written, and it uses examples in wrestling.
I was gonna say, is it just about Cersei?
That's funny.
They did not bring up Cersei.
That's
they brought
funny.
up New Jack. They brought up Big Van Vader and other things. But
New Jack had a lot of other things surrounding him, but
oh yeah, it's very deep. I recommend his
the
stuff.
what was it called? The train accident or something? The thing I told you about.
The train accident?
The blade accident with New Jack.
Oh dear God.
Anyway,
Yeah.
but that's wrestling stuff, and
accident. Yes. But,
Oh boy.
Anywho, I forgot where I was going.
Gaming Stuka, thank you so much for being here. Nice to see you.
Yes.
Wait, no.
Huh? What?
Kai Wynn is Nurse Ratchet?
Kywin? What?
Holy crap! Dragger just gave me information I was not aware of.
Yeah, that's true.
I did not know that. Kai Wynn is horrible. Oh my god, I hate her. Yeah, she's really good. That explains that.
all right. 15-second synopsis. Who is Kai Wynn?
Kai Wynn is the ends up being the spiritual leader of Bajor that is 100% in it to cement and amplify her own power, and uses people in such a way that she is unforgivable but justifies it. The part of the character that I like is she never just does something, she justifies it in front of you, and it is fucked up. Especially a very specific example, watching her use a man literally to death so that he can negotiate a deal with the Cardassians, knowing that if he does this, he's going to die because he's too sick to do it.
So it's one of those quote-unquote for the greater good people.
100%.
Okay.
And no one, I gotta say, Dragger, you're right. I don't think I've ever seen a for the greater good played better than Kai Wynn. I had no idea she was Nurse Ratchet. That makes me love her and hate her even more. That makes me super happy. Jumping off Star Trek, sorry. I'm a huge Trekkie.
I have a nerd question for you.
I can't tell who you're looking at with your six
Fair.
shades.
The
Fair.
6 shades.
My 6 shades. I got the Orange Cassidy going on,
I
baby.
love the 6 shades.
That's right. Put your hands
Red
in your
Cassidy.
pockets.
Yeah, it's too hard.
I got it. There you go.
Oh, there you go.
Hands in the pocket.
What was my question? God damn it! This is why I don't do this. Oh well, it's gone again. we
Gray
talking about?
Foxen, I like the show too much to destroy it with that. Thank you, though.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Will you give the new one a chance? The new Game of Thrones that is not based on the books. That is basically.
I'm sorry?
I didn't hear about this.
There's a Game of Thrones spin-off happening.
Is HBO doing it?
I think so.
Is it the same creators of Game of Thrones that did Game of Thrones?
No, it's those
Then I'm
two
in.
guys, but it's not.
What,
The guy who looks like a sailor who writes all the books.
what Oh, George R. R. Martin.
He looks like a sailor.
He does. He looks like the guy that you would walk, like you would see him in a bar across the way, expect him to be missing a leg, and just sitting there mulling himself over a cup of whiskey, like.
He looks like he would do the intro to SpongeBob SquarePants.
Oh, who lives in a pirate?
Jon Snow! No, it's pirate.
Do they have a premise for this, or is it just like a remake?
I believe it's like a prequel or something.
Okay,
Maybe.
I had heard they wanted to do that because why wouldn't they? I mean, what a cash cow that was.
The other spin-off I heard they wanted to do that I think got canned was the whole Arya Goes West thing, West of Westeros.
You are correct. That got canned because the actor who played Arya wasn't super interested in reprising the role. Basically, from what I understand, they got out of Game of Thrones, they went to get other jobs, and the typecasting was so above and beyond. They're like, I'm really done with this character.
That's right.
And then, once again, this is anecdotal. I heard this in one place, like Huffington Post or some nonsense.
That's fair.
So take it as you will.
Like throw yourself out of that typecast like Michael Cera, and this is the end.
Oh my God, Michael Cera in This Is the End is hysterical.
We just watched that with Dragger recently. He had not seen it. I wanted to show him. It's such a silly movie if you've never seen it. It's a good time.
It is. It is a very good time.
I love that the celebrities play themselves and they're total assholes. It's wonderful.
Yes.
Half the time. It's good.
The gentleman from Parks and Rec hanging off the thing, save me! Like, still playing the Parks and Rec character.
Oh, Aziz.
Thank you, Aziz Ansari.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is so fun. He is so fun.
No, I can't save you. You're already in the hole. You're already dead. What? No, I'm right here.
I'm right here! He is a funny actor. He is a very funny man.
So, I do have a question for you guys. Since I've never seen the show, everyone's talking about apparently Clone High was an old MTV cartoon. And so basically the basis was that they brought back old leaders and celebrities of all time, and they're all high school students now. That's the premise. So it's like Abraham Lincoln, JFK, everyone loves JFK, Cleopatra, Gandhi, and I forget the rest.
Oh, but so it's like Sid Meier's Civilization,
In high
except high school.
Yeah.
Erner, the
Okay.
movie was called This Is the End. Also, did you ever see this show that you're talking about? Have you ever
little
watched
bit.
it? Okay, so you have watched it.
Yeah.
It sounds like a super interesting premise.
So that's the thing, is they're clones of them. They're not them, so they are different characters technically, so you have to keep that in mind. So that said, who would you clone from history to hang out with in high school?
Wow.
Oh boy.
Wow.
That is hard.
I hate to say this. I'm not a bad person. I just want to see how bad they would make my high school, because it kind of deserved it. Machiavellian.
Oh!
Man, I just want to sit and
you
plan
get
things.
away
Like,
with shit.
I don't want to execute the plan, but I want to sit there with Machiavelli and just plan nonsense. Like, this is horrific, but that's a really good plan. And then I leave, cry into his cup. But, it's his problem now.
Nice.
I don't know why. Machiavellian's been on my mind
I like
lately.
it.
I'm writing another D&D campaign, so
Dude, he
a
would
lot
have-
of my stuff is Machiavellian.
He would just be fine with doing whatever the fuck you want. He would be able to justify like pumpkins thrown off the ledge.
Never
somehow.
forget, the ends justify the means is a Machiavellian thing.
True.
I played a Nero character for over a decade that the core concept of the character was the ends justify the means. If you ever want to feel bad about
The
yourself,
greater good.
yes, the greater good.
Greater good.
I loved playing that character. All my friends were like, it's really good to have you in Nero. Could you play anyone besides that character? I'm like, no, it's a lot of fun. It genuinely was. It was.
It's the trope. Everybody plays chaotic neutral in D&D.
Yep.
It's what you do.
It's a lot harder to do it with, 90 people on the field and you're being the greater good guy. A lot of fun to have, like, it's you versus them versus the game. You were there. You got to hang out with me a few times as Mendeleev. That was genuinely fun when we joined the villain team to get behind enemy lines. That was genuinely fun.
No, that was a legitimately fun time. No, nothing quite like sneaking behind everybody and then running for dear lives and praying that people don't think that you're charmed so that they stab you as you run back behind friendly lines.
There's a spell in Nero called Charm. If you don't know, I'm sure most of you do, but just to bring up to date, Nero is a live-action role-playing game that I've played a few times. Xander and Miko have both joined me a few times. There's a spell called Charm, and the person who casts it instantly becomes your best friend. And that led to one of my all-time favorite Nero moments, and that was John. John going and looking for me and finding out that I had already left town. He's like, where is, and he didn't say Keldrock at the time I was playing Keldrock, he didn't say Keldrock, where's Dan? Because all John, out of game, John thought is, did Dan ditch us to go do something with other people? So he goes looking for me. He got our tracker. He tracked me. He finds me with the group of these high-level other place nobles. Drags me off to the side as John's like, Dan, we all came out here to hang out with you this weekend. What the hell are you doing? Every right to do that, by the way. I have no qualms. But I had to stay in character, go, I don't know what you want me to do. That man over there is my best friend. And he goes, I don't care what he is. We came to him. He is my best friend. Best friend. God damn it! He runs over and just starts murdering the other people because they had charmed me to go with them on the module.
Oh,
it was
man.
absolute. The moment I saw in John's eyes that it wasn't me ditching them, that it was part of the game, watching him break from being John and going back into the Javelin character.
That is a very John thing to do.
Yes, it was.
That is a very John thing to do. To get back to your question,
Thank you.
I would totally clone Franz Liszt.
Ooh.
Who's that? I'm not familiar.
So there's a term that came from this man called Listomania.
What?
And
There's a song about
There's
that.
a song about it. Phoenix did it.
Phoenix,
But basically, he was a composer, and he played the piano, and people loved his music so much that he basically is the inventor of mosh pits.
What?
Okay, so that's the one.
That's
not
Listomania?
like actually. I'm overblowing things a little bit, but no, like there would be like mini riots during his concerts because people loved his music so frickin' much.
Wait, what year was this?
Oh boy.
In generally. Like
700s.
classical composer?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like I'm picturing like kids in powdered wigs just bumping into each
A
other.
little later than that, but yeah.
Okay.
But Pepper's right. That's how I didn't know his name, but you're
Yeah,
talking about the
Piano
same
Boy,
person.
First Rock Star.
First rock
Pepper's
star.
got it, 100%. Like, I want that kid in my high school because, I mean, I was already just sitting around the band room anyway the whole time anyway.
Nice.
And before you give
Yes.
your answer, really quick, a happy birthday to Pandemic. Pandemic,
Happy birthday.
thank you so much. So Xander, who's your? I picked Machiavellian. You picked Liszt. And by the way, I think we should get them together. So a Machiavellian plan for a concert could take shape. But Xander,
I got one.
what do you got?
Jesus. What?
You?
Listen.
I'm in.
wait.
Let's hear it.
Okay.
Justify this.
Everybody knows about Jesus after he like hit 35 and was in like full savior mode.
Okay.
You don't know about the rebellious teen years where he's like turning water into wine, partying, and fucking doing whatever the fuck he wants. Fuck you, Dad. I'm gonna do what I want. Could you imagine partying with Jesus in his rebellious teenage years? It would be so great.
I like the idea. Is like,
Dude.
oh, you want me to make a cabinet? I made a credenza.
Dude, I just turned this grass into grass.
I was gonna say,
What?
this is basically
No!
like old school David Blaine at this point.
Oh my god.
David Blaine, no! Turn him back! Turn him back!
What if Jesus stood on your front lawn and was like, you can literally just smoke all this shit right now.
I like the idea of Jesus
Right?
turning weeds into weed. I
Yes!
love that.
See?
What's the I can't remember what they are, but the ones who think the Earth is only 4,000 years old.
Flat Earth?
Didn't they believe
AJ Styles?
all of that?
Okay.
All of the above. Didn't they believe that losing the Garden of Eden is what caused weeds? Like, remember that
Oh!
was one of the things.
I
Like-
never heard that one. That's good.
Wait, really? That's kind of hilarious.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of that very strange. Like yeah, no, that's because of.
Nothing will beat Mark Maron has a bit about going into the Creation Museum and seeing a T-Rex eating a pineapple.
Don't stop there. If you get a chance, Mark Maron, Creationist Museum, worth every second. It's one of his best bits.
Oh, there's so much more than that. Yeah. I'm
Oh,
not-
there's so much more than
Oh,
that.
it's so
He's
wonderful.
brilliant. Actually, I'm super glad. The reason we started watching Glow was because Mark Maron was in it, playing Mark Maron. It's wild.
I mean,
I
we
feel
need
like he does that in most of his stuff, but
we need a Mark Maron type.
Yeah.
It's kind of perfect when you're like, yeah, you're this guy, and they just come get you, and they're like, we want you to be you. Like, how can you get better than that? If someone came to you and be like, we want you to be Alkali, you know exactly what to do.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Okay, so back to this Clone High thing though. Considering Jesus, would he not be the guy who's like, hey man, like, love each other. You gotta be good because otherwise my dad, he owns Xbox and he's gonna cancel your Nintendo account. Like,
holy crap! I love it.
He's gonna cancel your Nintendo Plus or whatever the fuck it
I'm
is.
just saying, chances are, in a more modern day setting, he would probably be bullied.
Just a bit.
Unless he was capable of the water to wine thing, then, you know, people would bring him along to parties and that's about it.
And if he pissed him off too much, it's like, I just want to say my badass fight movie line. The human body is 70% water. You're drunk and dead.
0.08% my ass.
No, if they fight him, he can bring out the Christian martial art. Swing low.
Sweet chariot.
Swing low!
I stole that. There used to be this old. There used to be this old thing called movie trailers, or they were fake trailers, and there was Kung Fu Jesus, and his martial art was swing low. It was fucking wonderful. If you can find Kung Fu Jesus anywhere, I commend you.
There was a movie that you put up to the council for one of our DST3Ks that was about a gymnast who could do martial arts. What was that one?
Gymkhana.
Gymkhana is the best movie ever.
I'll never forget it. So to pick our DST3K movies, because of when we first started, it's not easy. Like, you don't just pick a bad movie. That doesn't work. You have to have, there's criteria. To pitch this movie, Xander said, I need to show you something. Sat me down on the couch and showed me a fight scene that for no reason whatsoever, there was a pommel horse in the middle of a town square.
Yep.
And this guy going crazy. At the end of the fight scene, he paused and goes, this is our DST3K show. And I said, yes.
Guys, if you have not seen it, imagine the scary village from Resident Evil, and they're all attacking you, but you have a pommel horse. That is exactly what happens in this scene.
It was
That's right.
amazing.
It's amazing.
And what show did we watch that referenced Gymkhana? Was it The Office all of a sudden had a Gymkhana reference?
Gymkhana.
Yes,
I can't remember.
That was The Office. That was The Office, yes.
Okay.
It was either Michael Scott or Andy that all of a sudden did, like, Gymkhana, and that was it. It was a one-line
That sounds
thing.
like a Michael Scott thing.
Well, just sticking on that topic for a moment, I think one of my favorite things I've ever seen from The Office was everyone getting off the bus at the beach, the camera panned back, but the microphone right there next to Michael Scott, and all he says is, watch out for snakes. I was the only person laughing when he said that.
Oh, wow.
It is incredible. Dude, he's a huge fan. He is a huge fan.
I didn't know he was a MST3K fan.
Oh, big time.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah, no one. If you watch, there is a podcast done by Kevin, the accountant from The Office,
Really?
that just talks about The Office. The reason you would like it is they don't just talk about the show; they talk about how the actors felt. Like the first season, no one thought this would succeed except for what's Michael Scott's real name? Help me out here.
Stephen Carell.
Stephen Carell's like, we've got a hit on our hands. They're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. It's like, we got this. Don't worry about it. We're going to succeed. He was the only one who believed in it because there was an executive at, I want to say NBC at the time, wherever it started, who hated the show. They all thought they were going to be a one-season show.
I can't imagine why. Believe you me, I love weird humor, I love dark humor and whatnot. It's the heavy amount of cringe, in that, especially in that first season, that they're just like, ugh.
Yeah, first
There's so
season
much
is more
relatability,
cringe.
though.
No,
That's so
Yes.
important.
I totally understand that. As somebody who grew up in rural Wisconsin and had very little understanding of office life,
Fair.
of big business, and all that meant nothing to me. And don't get me wrong, I did end up enjoying the show overall. I still won't sit down and watch it.
Yeah.
But
No, it's not for everyone.
I'm
It's
gonna refresh my
definitely
drink and be right back.
understood.
oh, dang.
Cheers.
Cheers.
By the way, that is how you clink glasses in COVID time. Remember, bottom of the cup. Very good thing. Well, everyone, thank you so much for joining us today. We're going to wait for Xander to get back out here, and we're probably going to start getting to your questions. But I just want to go to the chat for a little bit. And Arm, it seems like that was your first mistake. That was your first...
Gymkata.
Gymkata. If I remember correctly, Ronnie and Kage were at that panel. And Ronnie because Ronnie actually does a lot of martial arts. Like, he's I want to say he's a black belt, but I don't want to be quoted on
I don't know.
He's saying... Watching his reaction to the nonsense happening on that screen was one thing, and it was hysterical. Watching Kage comfort him while he was having these reactions was even better.
That sounds about right.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
So we have rules. If you're sitting at the table, it's like, this is how you talk to the audience. This is how you interject. This is how you make a joke. Guy was like, I don't need this microphone. Ronnie is too funny right now. It's okay, my boy. It's okay. It's absolutely amazing. Lograth, he does not need antibiotics. We have enough booze in our system to kill most pathogens, and when we're done, we clear out our larynx with smoke. Alejandro, we are in COVID times, and I work outside of the house. Clinking of the glass is our hug.
We're close enough. We
Yep.
might do some foot taps, but
Well, I like the idea of cloning people from history and hanging out with them. I really like that idea. I'm kind of interested in the show. This might be...
I was genuinely curious. Somebody, oh my goodness, and I forgot their name completely. I was going to bring it up earlier. Somebody mentioned that Jesus is already in the show. Apparently.
No.
I will defer to them because I have no idea. But I want to ask Xander again later. Like, who else would he bring back?
Yeah, we'll get. I think that's a good one. Wolf D, I have not played Star Trek Online. I apologize. Not saying you're wrong at all. I need to be very careful about what I get addicted
This
to.
boy has a severely addictive personality when it comes to video games, and especially MMOs.
Yep.
He grew up playing World of Warcraft.
Hardcore.
That's a whole nother thing.
It was.
God forbid I introduce you to that Star Wars Online that Timus and I played for a month. Like,
I don't think I can.
it would be such a detriment to everything else.
Right now, because of my job, I get home at very weird hours, but I get about 2 to 3 hours every night of free time that these guys are asleep. That is why I started No Man's Sky. I am aware that in about a month, when I'm done with these weird hours, I will have to delete that game. It is everything that I wanted. Minecraft, I am not allowed to try. Dragger got me to play. What's Minecraft in 2 dimensions? Dragger.
Terraria.
Thank you. I tried Terraria. Definitely a game that I could sink my teeth into hardcore. Had to stop playing it. Factorio was the one I'm... If I pick up Factorio, I'll be gone for a month. It's one of my favorites.
I'm still convinced you're making something in a virtual world somewhere. You made a factory for someone. Because you figured out all the most efficient bullshit. And then that's what
half
Alkali
the
does.
fun.
He makes a whole village. If you actually, somewhere on our YouTube, you can find the village you made in Fallout 4 or something like that.
Yeah, it's unfortunately why I had to stop playing Fallout 4, because that you can build towns, and all I was doing is playing No Man's Sky. I played Fallout 4. You go out, you get stuff, you go back, you build your town.
Nothing wrong with that.
Well, I mean, until I put the toilet about a mile in the air. I just wanted to see what would happen.
The thing that I feel like I constantly need to bring up with people playing video games these days, and especially during these turbulent times, as Xander likes to say.
Turbulent.
These turbulent times is... So you were playing a video game, and you felt like you were playing it too much, but did you have fun?
It's true.
Absolutely.
True. That's actually why I stopped playing World of Warcraft. John was the one who called me out.
You were not having fun anymore.
It was a job.
It was a job. It was a second job. You were playing stock market. Hello, Absinthe.
Stock market.
You were playing
From work. You could back in the day, and I don't know if this is still the case. The Tony Stark market. You used to be able to put the auction house on your cell phone. So I had to watch swings. I had trend graphs.
What the hell, dude?
I was not hired. I was brought into a guild.
You were hired. You were hired for free.
Yeah, and don't
You
hit
hit it the
misunderstand
first
me.
time.
I understand this. that is what I did for one of the furry guilds in Guild Wars 2 for a while.
See, you understand. Good.
I
You do
get
understand.
it.
That's the
It's
catch.
stupid.
Every cult, you think you're having fun, but you're doing work. You're like, oh no.
No, you.
What? I'm serious.
As a heavily artistic mind, you do not understand this. It is fun.
Oh, yeah.
To an extent.
To an
Oh,
extent.
yeah,
To
sure.
an
To an
extent.
extent.
Yes.
There
yeah.
is a point where you have to cut it off. It's probably very similar to your 3D animations.
Yeah, sure.
Like there are things that you're like, yeah, I made this thing, but I had fun doing it and I learned a lot.
Dude.
And then there's other things that you're like, yeah, I had fun. Fuck.
Well, mine, I learned a lot is actually a very good descriptor of what I was doing on the World of Warcraft market, because everything I did on there would have been illegal in real life.
Yeah.
I was just manipulating prices. It was a lot of fun.
It sounds like you're describing my experience with like working on certain wrestling games.
That's exactly what I was describing.
Okay.
Yeah, no, that's a good example.
That's exactly what it was. Like you're like, oh yeah, I'm passionate about this thing and I want to help people and this looks fun and this looks like it could be a good thing, and then you're like, I'm not having fun and nobody cares in the long run.
Yeah.
Oh no. Existential crisis.
I have looked at my phone every 5 minutes for the last 3 days to check on the price of these things. I need to stop.
Oh dear.
That's what it came down to.
Oh, I'm trying to think of the last time.
Use this to cover your drink, because the
What
fire.
is that? What's going on?
Yeah, it's just the stuff from the fire.
No, it's okay. I got
Okay.
it. Thank you, though.
That's what I have my matchbox for.
See, that's why I like Coke, because you can't see the little things you drink. You don't care.
God. That was when we would do camping, and a fly would fly into your food. It was just John saying protein, and then you just eat. Like, you don't have.
That's right. If it lands on the grill, seasoning.
Yeah. See.
Wow.
When me and John went camping once, and we had this giant thing. First day camping. So excited. We get back to the campsite after a long day of hiking. We're hungry, but we're accomplished.
Mm-hmm.
We build the fire. We put up the spit. We put the grate over the top. We wrap up the potatoes, season everything, steak on the grill, potatoes. Probably 20 minutes before they're done. So you can't take them off yet. They're just not done. Torrential downpour.
Oh, so you were camping.
We were camping. We put up the tarp. We're trying as best we can to make this happen. It is so bad, it's raining sideways. This is we are going to eat, we are going to get in our tent, and we're probably going to call it at that point. So we finished our lava-hot potatoes and perfectly done steaks. And the moment I ate faster, the moment John took his last bite. Raining sideways to rainbow. The moment he was done with his steak. We will never, it was one of our favorite camping stories. That was just the universe saying, you don't need to be out here, you can get a hotel.
It's a
That's
fair
fantastic.
argument.
I loved it.
Good luck here, man. Oh man, what was I going to say earlier?
Ozzy Factorio is an addiction of epic proportions. If you like doing things for making things organized, it's your game. Factorio
was
amazing.
how Alkali was going to solve COVID.
Yes.
He was gonna have
Conveyor
conveyor belts
Conveyor belts everywhere.
and that's why we have them in Jetsons.
That's
we always
right.
wondered it was COVID.
It's COVID.
Well,
That's why
yeah.
the Jetsons exist.
It's not why people don't want to do walking animations. It's COVID.
Momo, thank you. Campfire cinders are fiber. I appreciate that.
Dude, I just thought of something.
What's up?
Me and Miko were talking about like how maybe things won't get rebooted so much because people don't have that sense of nostalgia for the new things when they were kids. Because we reboot so many things, we don't have those new things to reboot anymore. But I do think we'll find them to reboot. In fact, what was it? Oh, Tim Allen's doing some bullshit with Rich Karn. It's basically like Home Improvement, but basically they're just like it's a competition show. It's supposed to like extinguish or ignite your nostalgia brain. Is what I'm saying. What are you doing?
I coughed in my hand.
Oh, understood.
We have rules at work. Anytime we cough, anytime we high five, me and my partner high five anytime specific things happen. It is bam. Thank you, sir. And
You're
that's
not supposed to high five. Do
It's
the
a
right
force
high
that we try, but I'm sorry. Look, let's be honest. Shrimp got COVID. We had to high five. We had to. There was no
drink.
thought.
You did the thing.
I did. right.
Which apparently he just got shipped to Walter Reed. So anyway, back to not reality.
How many reboots of Transformers have there been? Silence, infinite. The answer is infinite.
Infinite Transformers. That's the next one. Transformers.
Infinity. I like Transformers Infinity. Do you have your cell phone on you?
I does.
I think it's time to go to questions.
All right.
Questions. It is 5 o'clock. Questions. We have talked a lot. I have been drinking wine. I don't drink all the time. I switched to weed. Questions. We need something to make us go in one direction.
Yes, guys who give us $10 a month get to ask us questions on our live streams and whatnot.
And by the way, really quick, to everyone who has Patreoned us and put up with
Thank
us
you.
during this time, I cannot describe how grateful I am. I know we have been a little laxed on timing. It's hard for us to get content out there. We're going to get better. We say that a lot, but we're going to get better.
Yes.
First question.
All right.
Welcome back.
Tyro asks,
Hi, Tyro.
what anime would you want to become reality?
Food Wars. Food Wars.
You just want to cook food for people and have their clothes come off.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, are we not talking about this? Yes, of course I do.
I guess that's the special edition. What happens after? Now that all your clothes are off, we must go to stage 2. What's stage 2? Doors closed, and that's the end of the episode.
Oh no.
You weren't in the room, which is why he did it. You had your piece. You went to the restroom. I turned around and turned back, and Xander had his first piece of creme brulee French toast and was naked in the kitchen. I really appreciated that. That's how he shows me that he liked my cooking. If I turn around and he's nude for a moment, I know he liked it.
All your clothes get blown off.
Oh, your clothes get blown? That's how it works.
That's how. That's gonna become the new to let the chef know that you appreciate their food. Is to be completely naked when they come back.
Send my compliments to the chef.
Yeah.
You're just sending him shirts like, I have so many of these. My steak is epic.
Send my pinup to the chef. In appreciation.
Oh my god.
I liked your steak, and and you can have these buns. Anyway.
That's right, Dragor did get to try it. Dragor is a little different than you. Like, we finished our piece of French toast in the morning. He literally nibbled on it all day, apparently.
All day.
Like a ratty.
Like a ratty. Aww. Aww. I didn't give your ratties any of the French toast because I wanted them to survive.
That's a lot of sugar.
Yeah.
Pure sugar.
No, only the top is pure sugar. The French toast is just a lot of eggs and it's a custard. Yeah, the French toast is not, and actually the bread, it's a challah bread. There's not a lot of sugar in that at all. The topping, pure sugar.
They could use it at Subway.
Yeah, they could totally use the fake bread at Subway.
Topical.
Get kicked out of Ireland or whatever.
Sue, send my dokai to the shop.
Oh, yeah, send my Daki.
Daki, thank you, that's what it's called.
The Daki Macares.
Is that, okay, now I know what we're talking about. What are you guys, what's your anime? Which one do you bring to real life?
Reality? The thing is, with anime, usually there's some, like, tinge to make it, like, bring it, like, close to home again. So it's hard to say, you know? Like,
well, yeah, like, don't get me wrong, like, you know, one of the first things I thought was like, oh, yeah, Full Metal Alchemist.
That was one of my first thoughts, too.
Absolutely. Being able to, like, draw a circle on the ground and go, like, I have this thing now. Wonderful!
Wonderful!
And still... And still, then there was the whole, wait, no, you know what, it's old enough, I don't care. There was, like, a movie that happened after all the series or whatever, and basically
the live action one?
You find out where all the energy for those quote-unquote, like, you know, alchemic transformations come from.
Uh-oh.
And, you know, it's basically from parallel universes.
I'll never have to deal with them.
Maybe people's lives, maybe World War II. Who knows?
Oh. Damn it.
No, yeah.
But on the other hand, Spear from Nowhere.
Spear from Nowhere.
Spear from Nowhere.
Pretty cool.
Pretty cool. Worth World War II? Maybe. Spear from Nowhere.
I haven't even watched it, but you know what? Sword Art Online, just because I know we'd be that much farther in VR.
I have watched the first season, and I enjoyed it, but I will say the political one that Track showed me, whose name I'm not going to remember, there is a different version of Sword Art Online that is basically just about, we're trapped in this world, you know what we need? Politics! It's awesome. It's awesome.
That sounds wonderful and
It
terrible.
is.
Everything's politics, man. I watch Expanse. It's like all politics in space.
In space.
I gotta watch that one.
What's
It sounds
yours,
like
Xander?
something I'd love. What's your anime?
God damn it!
You don't watch a lot of anime, but you've watched some with me.
I know.
Xander would be like, Paprika.
El Hazard. I haven't seen it in so long. I don't know anymore. All I know, it was pretty, and he went to a different. It was one of those animes where boys in high school goes to a different world. There's furries there. That's all I remember, and it was very pretty.
Oh, sure, like any of these multitude of animes with
Yeah.
alternate realities that
Yep.
you could travel to. Sounds great.
It was one of the many, and I don't even know if it was any good. It was pretty pretty, but yes. What?
I knew the chat would know it. Log Horizon is the one I'm talking about.
Ah.
Log Horizon is to me, because of the subject matter, the best online. You got stuck in a video game. Log Horizon was my bitch.
I got it.
love What do you got?
Agurtsuko.
I haven't watched that
What are you
one
talking
yet.
about, real life?
It would. Well, at least I'm a furry. It's the same, but like.
Everything's exactly the same, down to the capitalist bullshit structure that has a whole bunch of sexism, racism, and other things, and...
I swear it's so much anime. Like,
But
like they
Xander's
make
just
it
like, yeah,
real.
furries.
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 Let's stick with the question for a moment. I'm going to take this question in a slightly different, and I want the audience to answer this as well. In a very short description, how do you continue with life if all of a sudden, I was describing it longer so I could think of the name of the show, and I still can't think of it. Mother, Vash the Stampede.
Oh.
Help. I can't think of it.
Fuck.
Yeah, I know, right? Right? You watched
Trigun.
Thank you.
Jesus.
Trigun exists now. That's yours. How do you, thank you. Oh, Kid got it too. Trigun. Thank you, Kid. Thank you both. What do you do?
Kid was also the one who mentioned Jesus is in Clone High earlier.
He is.
But anyway.
Yes.
Thank you, Kid. All right. Cowboy Bebop. Cowboy Bebop, that's the one. Vash the Stampede is Trigun, isn't it? What's the main character from Cowboy Bebop?
That is
Spike.
Spike.
I got him confused. That is my fault. Kid, I'm sure you were right.
I was a little concerned that you wanted to bring Trigun to life. You know,
What
Never
is
mind.
Vash the Stampede Trigun?
That is Trigun.
I've never watched Trigun. Why do I know that name?
probably for
it's
me and Xander
popular.
talking.
Is it okay? So a pop culture thing. Understood.
It is.
Okay, I was talking about the other one, which was Cowboy Bebop. So we got Firefly Universe right now. What do you do for your living? Do you go out there? Are you mining the stars? Are you going out there? Like, I have always loved the futuristic, almost wild, wild west style. Firefly, Cowboy Bebop. I know there's another example that I was trying to think of while talking, but I can't think of it. What do you do?
Wild West in space. I saw the cartoon in the 80s with the, yeah. It was a Brave Star, right?
Brave Star,
Brave
thank you.
Star,
That's
yeah.
one of them.
Star.
That's
Same
one
thing.
of them.
Same thing as,
in a roundabout way, basically Borderlands.
oh yeah, it's true.
Yeah, you're right. Thank you, Great Fox. And sorry for anyone who's a huge fan of one or the other. My apologies. I'm not very good at pop culture.
Honestly, the whole Cowboys, Expanse kind of does the Cowboys
Do
in
they?
space a bit.
Every time you
The-
talk about that show, I want to
Beltalonas.
watch it more.
It's very
Which show?
complicated.
Sorry.
Oh, Expanse.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
a heavy
yeah.
show. If you're not up for a heavy show, don't go up for a heavy
It's not so
show.
much the heavy, it's just the commitment. There's so much television.
I
Alright.
hear you.
Yeah, that's a tough one. Chris the Comedy Bun, I could not agree with you more. He would totally be one of the announcers for the Outlaw Show.
Dude.
Chris the Comedy Bun, remember in there was that bounty hunters show? It was the female and the male that would talk about the bounties available.
Oh my god. Absolutely.
That would be Chris's job in a heartbeat. He would
She
show
would
up.
do great at that.
Yes, she would. It would be, he'd show up, she'd show up, sorry, and yes, you're hired. Also, I think some of the best endings to the episodes were them overlaying the fade out, just have a Space Cowboy. I can't remember the line.
See a space cowboy.
See,
Thank you.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. You got me into that show because I had watched.
I kept trying to make you. And
well,
you
because I
weren't.
hated it.
Uh-huh.
I had watched that
Mushrooms.
show. Mushroom Samba was so good.
That's one of my favorite episodes.
Mushroom Samba was so good.
That is my go-to for my favorite episode. My other favorite episode is with the penguin-looking character.
That one was unbelievable.
What's that called? With the guy who's the...
It's his name, and I do not remember his name.
Pierre LeFou?
That sounds
Lameau?
really close.
It's some French name.
Ah, Sue Deer is the corgi.
I love Einstein so much. Einie!
Little Einie is adorable.
Little Einie is
And
super
Ed, I
cute.
loved Give to Edward, the little hacker girl. It
Mhm.
was so great.
Hacker Kid was
She
awesome.
is one of the pseudo Billies that I actually don't hate.
That's fair.
I'm sorry, Pseudo Billy?
Billy. Sorry, I'm behind the microphone. Billy referencing Billy from 60s Spider-Man, where here's this little kid who's a little obnoxious, tends to get into trouble for no real reason. Although, oh my god, why can't I remember their name?
I'm having troubles too.
Spike?
No, literally the character we were just talking about.
Billy?
I'm drunk. Leave me alone.
Edward.
Edward.
Okay.
It is actually still semi-pertinent to the plot and the characters and stuff, so not quite a Billy. But no, Billy was just the kid in 60 Spider-Man that got in trouble for no reason, and you're just like, who the fuck is this kid?
It's like the Bucky Barnes.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Now, how are you guys with the idea of traveling through space? I mean, it's basically the same as living your life on a very spacious submarine, but not a huge difference.
From what I understand, it's like at any time a rock can fly through your ship and kill you.
Well, that's what deflector shields are for.
Yeah, that's real life.
Yeah.
Oh, right. We're
that-
going in Star Trek land
You
where
kinda.
where Riker gets laid every day. In the good times.
In the good times.
In the good.
That's
not,
right.
Not
Do you
roll
have
the
a
one
pen?
Riker.
Do you have a pen? Oh my god.
20 Riker, which is TNG. He just fucks whoever the hell he wants.
Exactly.
And they say, "Oh yes, please," and that's Riker.
The concept from sci-fi, from space travel in particular, that always weirds me out is the time between when you get FTL and when it's widely popular and everybody can use it, is the people who have to go on these obnoxiously long journeys that span generations. And so you have the Voidborn, right? The people who were born on a
Holy
spaceship.
shit. What's this from? Just in general?
The concept was heavily covered in fucking space RPG, not Shadowrun.
EVE Online?
No.
Okay. Space RPG.
well-
Spelljammer?
Yeah.
Spelljammer!
Yeah,
I love Spelljammer!
Absolutely. But no, the whole concept is here you have all these people who came from their whole planet. They have a journey. They have a destination. They have this thing that they're shooting for, and then you have people from the new generation who have never known whatever planet they came from. They've never known land. They've known nothing but this ship that they're living on and the stations that they stop at.
Wow.
Can you imagine waking up one morning, as you're born in your dad's station wagon, as you're on this journey around the world,
And that's just where you live?
that's what you know.
Oh my god.
No.
I don't remember where I was going with that.
No, it doesn't
No, that's
matter.
cool,
That's
that's
a
fun.
wonderful idea.
It's a concept that I've always been fascinated with. What do those people do? What do they know?
Hopefully
do
they have a
the
holodeck.
same drives? Do they have a holodeck?
When you get to the outside world, you just adjust, I guess. Yeah. I don't
No, exactly.
I mean, that's what humans are good at. We adjust.
Well,
we
when I got
adapt.
to the
We're the
outside
Borg.
world, it wasn't until I met more other people I realized my parents were crazy, and the stuff that they believe in isn't necessarily what most people believe. That kind of thing.
No, exactly.
Yeah, I'm being very general.
Well, and yeah, that's part of the reason I'm so fascinated with it. Are they gonna have the same drive to complete that stupid mission that they've been on? After 1 or 2 generations, everybody who was originally on this is wiped out, and you're still on this ship.
Yeah. That's super interesting.
After 1 or 2 generations, yeah, no.
That sounds like long-term second incarnation of Battlestar Galactica. Because the
You need a
remake,
good mission statement.
that's what they had. Battlestar Galactica, the remake. So this is the one back from the 90s, maybe aughts.
Yeah, Sci-Fi Channel or whatever.
Yeah, with James Olmos. Edward James Olmos, is that his name?
Edward James almost.
I don't know.
He's
I'm
like
bad
Edward
with
James,
names.
but not
He's
quite
almost,
there.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
almost
yeah.
there.
He was almost on all the movies.
He was
Never
almost there.
casted.
Yeah,
Edward
no, it was
James
super
almost.
close.
He was the understudy. Edward James almost.
But that became their plot. Like, they were looking for the next Earth, and it could have been this ridiculous multi-generational thing because they did jumping right. I loved jumping in Battlestar Galactica. It was like, okay, we want to jump. Holy crap, everyone buckle in. We have a week's worth of calculations to do. We got to make sure we don't hit anything, and we're going to try this. We're probably all going to die. I'm like, that is jumping. That is how jumping should be.
Ludicrous speed.
Ludicrous speed. Yes.
They've gone to plaid.
Yeah.
Voltron anime was amazing.
Oh, I love Voltron.
Voltron
anime.
was so good. I don't even mind the ending. I thought it was fine.
It was
Like,
fine.
they could have gone a different direction. They didn't. I appreciated it. Whatever.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
Yeah.
How many seasons were there?
7?
Is it
8?
7?
No.
No
it was
way.
pretty
We did
long.
not
Wait,
watch
wait, wait.
7
We're talking
seasons.
about the Netflix one.
Yeah.
No.
Really? There was not.
I swear.
Okay,
look
this
it up.
is worthy
I-
of looking
I
at.
It gets kind of crazy. I
I
think
don't
there was
think-
a bunch of.
Oh my god.
I mean, I'm
You're
not
wrong.
saying you're wrong. I'm just saying that seems crazy because we watched
On
it
the scale
all.
of-
Oh my god, there was 8 seasons and I
Eight?
watched
I
them all.
win.
Holy
They're all
shit.
half hour, 22 minutes or so. That's
Honestly,
the reason.
I'm going to say it was worth it. I liked Voltron. It was
Yeah.
a good show.
I loved Voltron. It was wonderful.
Alejandro's a Cylon. God damn it, Alejandro.
All right, question 2.
Ooh, Rick Hale. Good call. Dune's faster than light. Yeah, that was a good one.
All right, we should do some of the more Patreon questions. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Tyro, for leading to that train of thought.
Yes, Shukin Flash.
Hey,
asks,
Shukin.
Hi, Shukin.
What's a drink, alcoholic or not, that you like that not enough people know about or appreciate?
Wow.
Ah, there you go.
Absinthe is damn
Absinthe.
good.
Absinthe is one of my favorite drinks, but as we were just talking about, it is incredibly polarizing.
Yeah.
Either you like it or you don't, because it's a lot like licorice.
People think it's supposed to make you trip and stuff.
That is the old version because of it wasn't the wormwood. It
No.
was something that goes into the process.
I don't remember what it was, but yeah, no, you can't. Whatever that was, you can't buy it. And
Correct.
also, how would that make it polarizing? That sounds so much more fun than regular drinking.
I agree.
The Green Fairy? I would love to see the
Yeah.
Green Fairy.
Everyone's you saw how it was in Moulin Rouge. They
I
come out
love
and they dance.
Moulin
It's
Rouge.
great.
Moulin
It's on
Rouge is
crack.
fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I know there's a drink out there that I like that not a lot of people like that I would love for people to get into, and I just can't think of it.
I'm trying to think too. I mean,
God, that's
I like the scope before you got sick on it.
Skylar. It is no longer
Gold
banned.
Star.
Peppermint schnapps.
Or yeah, peppermint schnapps or Goldschlager.
Goldschlager.
There's
Scott,
another name for it. Oh my God! Why can't I think
Wait,
of
what's up?
the peppermint schnapps? The one that I used to drink.
Goldschlager.
No, that wasn't the one. I like Goldschlager.
Rumplemints.
Rumplemints. That's it.
Yep, you're
That's
right.
it.
Rumplemints.
Yeah, I used to love Rumplemints, and then you guys destroyed me from Rumplemints because of Lupus and Debula. I was challenged to a drinking contest during the game, finished more than half a bottle, and have not willingly drank Rumplemints since. It is one of the drunkest I've ever been on.
Conversely, I think peppermint schnapps is the first drink that I threw up on.
Well, yeah.
Or I guess not conversely, like the same.
Honestly, if you're gonna vomit, you might as well have the peppermint. It feels like you're vomiting up toothpaste.
Yeah,
It's refreshing.
Out of a car door on River Street.
Awesome.
You know exactly where that happened.
Gray Fox, and it was a 2-mile-an-hour train wreck. And before we go on to the next question, since you mentioned it, a huge shout out to Fervana, who not only invited us to be on their live stream, but earned more than $10,000 for charity on a streaming event. Guys, you are unbelievable. Thank you for all that you do. We cannot wait to come back to your convention at Ocean Shores the next time you hold it. And hopefully a bunch of Dragon Show people join us. That was probably one of my favorite conventions of 2019. It was on my stupid phone. What happened a year ago? My phone gave me all the pictures we took at Fervana a few days ago to remind us of, like, hey, remember when Civilization existed?
I apparently take a lot of pictures in September. It was a rough month.
Wake me up when September ends, man.
Yeah, that's right. Billy Joel Armstrong.
It's common. September's a rough month.
September is a rough month.
I mean, historically.
I'm gonna just go with a more classic answer to the question then.
What was the question? I forget.
A drink that you would appreciate that maybe people don't know about. Here's another one, and you have to do it properly, but I'm gonna go with, he went with absinthe, mulled wine. A spiced, warm wine, because we're coming up into October, we're getting into mulled wine season. It is a spice bag in cheesecloth, you put in wine, and you simmer it. You can buy mulled wine spices. They come in jars now, or you can make it yourself. You know, maybe we'll do a cooking video for that. Mulled/spiced wine is unbelievable in the winter months. I highly recommend it. Xander, what's your drink that maybe you know of or you like and you think people should try?
I was gonna say the jalapenos in the booze, but I like that in everything. So
I hate to say how much I enjoyed
the
that.
spicy booze was good.
I was well no, you really liked it, but it was also like spicy enough that you couldn't drink a whole ton of it, which is thankful because that was actually mead.
Yes.
Oh.
That was a mead with
jalapeno.
I know it was something stronger than that.
I think it was pretty. It was pretty spicy.
It wasn't habanero. It wasn't habanero either. I can't remember. We'd have to ask John.
Yeah, it was something spicy.
Yeah.
Pupsins. I don't know if I've ever had Swedish mulled wine, glog. So I'll have to try that sometime. So no, I've not had that one.
All right, another question.
Next question.
Right.
Oh, did you do your drink?
I did.
Oh, you did. I'm sorry.
The spicy booze.
I'm slowly getting drunk.
Skylar Ringtail asks,
Hi, Skylar.
Hi, Skylar.
what is one fictional character you strongly relate to? Bonus points if they are a villain. Oh, boy.
Raceland.
Well, that took a split second. What?
Which one's from
My
that?
entire childhood.
Who is this?
Raceland is the mage from the Dragonlance series. Raceland, growing up, Dragonlance was my book. It is what literally got me into reading. Like, Dragonlance was my bitch, and Raceland was hands down my favorite character. If we're gonna go with a villain that I can relate to, it's hard to describe. Raceland.
That's fair.
I loved Raceland.
That
Oh my
is fair.
god.
I kind of want to say Amos from Expanse, but I don't know. I don't know if Drager's still there, but I don't know. Yeah, it's a good show.
I'm sorry, and the question was just fictional character that you relate to, bonus points for a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you say Ratigan, I'm gonna never stop laughing.
Ratigan!
Oh, Ratigan.
Oh,
I didn't know
Ratigan.
that was Vincent Price.
Really?
I had no idea that was Vincent Price.
Have you not seen The Great Mouse Detective?
Not since I was a kid. And even then, the reason I knew The Great Mouse Detective was because Disney put out a Halloween special with Halloween-style songs, and in the middle of it, they did the Rube Goldberg scene for the trap that led into a song. That is the only reason I knew The Great Mouse Detective existed.
That is fantastic.
Yep.
We'll sit down and watch that at the same time that I finally, get my mouse card back and watch The Secret of Nim.
I want both of those with you. That'd be a fun
Mouse
night.
card.
That'd be a fun night.
X
and Div has one.
Schmendrick.
The Magician.
I
Oh.
see Drager likes my Amos
Oh.
choice.
I don't think I know that one. Oh man, I'm trying to remember what the book series was. There was a, I forget what in the world it was. Maybe somebody here will be able to help me out. There's a bunch of nerds in the audience. It was a book I read in middle school or high school. The character's name was Triss, not a villain. One of the main characters. The only she was a like weather mage, so like her whole thing was like there was all these sorts of little neat things she could do, like pull breezes around her to keep her warm and stuff, and it was neat.
Love
it was
shit
stupid.
like that.
But no, like I super related to her because it's not that she was standoffish. She didn't know how to approach people. She didn't know how to like talk to people in a way that would make them like accepting of them, and I had a seriously hard time with that in middle school and high school, and I really touched with them. The big thing that I think will like remind people of the series if they did it was there was a magician who was literally like a loom magician. Like their whole thing was weaving strings of magic.
Oh, badass.
And it was cool as fuck.
I love that.
I do not even remember what this series was called, but for some reason I remember that character and how they acted, and oh my god.
I'm going to guess Skylar is wrong because this doesn't seem right.
The
Triss
Witcher
from Witcher?
series? No, I was in middle school.
There's probably a Triss in Witcher.
There probably is a Triss in Witcher, but yes.
Chat, if you know what we're talking... Oh, you're going to look it up? I understand.
It won't take me too long.
It's worth it. It's worth it. Alejandro, he has not seen Nim. That's why he is desperately clutching his mouse cards that no one takes it from him yet.
Mine.
All I remember about Nim is seeing it in a darkened theater when I was like 5 years old. I'm serious. It was probably 1985 or something shit. That's probably right.
The novels were called, it was 4 books called The Circle of Magic by Tamora Pierce.
The worst part is, everything you're saying sounds familiar, but I don't recall any of it. It might have been something I like picked up in high school and just read.
By the time those books came out, I think you might have actually been in college.
Okay, then no.
Yeah,
then I must be thinking of something else.
It was a newer series when I picked it up. So.
I'm gonna solve my own thought right now. Did magic have any correlation to color? Because that's the book series I'm thinking of, and I do not know what it was called. But
magic was not inherently visible.
Okay.
One of the things about Triss was that she was able to enchant her glasses so that she could see magic.
Okay, all right. Nope, that's not the book series I'm thinking of. There's some book series out there about this like weird roguish type young man and 2 people who were the Great Prisms. It's a weird book series, but basically magic was based off of color. It was very fun.
All right.
I think we got it. We did another question. We got through 2 questions.
And Rick has got it with Tristana Chandler. That was her name.
Nice.
Nice. Good job.
Well done, Rick.
All right. I got Regda.
Thank you very much.
Hi, Burp.
If you were to combine your species with another to become a hybrid, which other species would you have and why?
Komodo dragon.
Oh, that's always what you wanted to be.
It was my choice. When I first joined the furry fandom, it was Komodo dragon or ferret, and I found that ferret suited me better. So, yeah, I could totally see fur coming out of the scaled body, the weird lizard eyes, but most importantly, cold-blooded. I want to be cold and just crawl into a warm bed and be like, ah.
So you want to experience life like Xander?
Basically, yes.
Yeah, you don't get cold. What are you talking about?
Nothing. I do get cold when I get tired, remember? Nothing is as satisfying as being cold and getting warm. But I'm never cold, so I don't get to experience it very often.
That's fair. That's weird. Shut up. You don't get cold very often?
Rick, you might be when I get tired. You know that.
That's so
weird. If I haven't slept in like 24 hours, all of a sudden everything makes me cold. But for the most part, no.
It's cold every day.
I know you are.
All right.
All right, hold on. We're still on the same question.
That's like my first will check for the day. It's like, I need to get out of bed because it's cold outside. Out of this bed.
Do I have the strength to do it?
Nope. Nope. 1. Try to sleep again. Fail.
No, Xander often rolls like 17 through 19. He just also has a, like, negative 17 to 19 modifier.
Yeah, that's about right.
Or I'll just knock some shit over in the morning.
Yeah, my absolute favorite is you going to bed. So the lights are off, the room is dark, it's cold outside the bed, but the bed is okay. Xander is still in his robe trying to figure out the fastest method for getting under the covers. So he's in bed with the robe on trying to get it off of him while already under the covers because a whole second in the atmosphere would be painful.
It would be very painful. Shut up.
It is
I know.
adorable.
Hey,
It
one thing-
is absolutely
No,
adorable.
It's true. It's
Xander, I love humans because they're adaptable. Is cool.
It's true. One thing I've really
Onyx, post it, we'll use it.
sunk into is the fact that like especially if it takes 2 seconds to whatever the heck you have to do, the anticipation is worse than the actual doing.
Absolutely. Rip it
Oh.
off like a band-aid.
Yep.
You want to get out of bed and it's a little cold out, get out
Do
of
it.
there because you'll get used to it real quick.
The
Yep.
anticipation's worse than the thing. Half the time, guys.
I-
I'm telling you.
I
Half
could've-
is an understatement, I would say.
I
Yeah.
could have easily slept all the way up to the podcast, to the cast today. At about 1 in the afternoon, like, if I don't get out of bed, I'm never going to bed tonight. Let's just do it. I got out of bed and then stared at the bed for a good minute, thinking, I could just crawl right back in. What's stopping me?
All right. Did I answer the question?
What was the question?
I don't know. Let's see.
It was, I forgot.
Oh, species
Cold
combining.
Species combining.
I always said bat. but-
Funnily enough, you mentioned... No, you didn't mention anything about that. Never mind. Why did I think there was something relatable there?
To what?
It's okay.
Hold on.
That's why.
More drinky.
More drinky.
I mean,
Um,
I was always a bat, so I'm just gonna go with bat, dragon bat, even though it's like big ears. I got big ears. I don't know how that would change anything.
You would be almost forced to have wings.
Yeah, maybe a little fuzz. I could do some fuzz.
Little fuzz. Ah!
Actually, just do fuzz dragon with the, pointier ears or something. Get wings. I don't know.
Toby
Wings get-
Kadachi.
Huh?
Monster Hunter thing.
Okay.
Like 2 people would get out here.
Ah!
I am suffering from an absinthe of memory. Thank you, Erner.
Ooh, that was good, Erner. Well done. Gray Foxen says we would just have to be dragons.
That's fair.
That's true.
That's
Yeah.
true. That's our kids. That's their problem.
I actually was a hybrid at one point.
Oh.
A raccoon and a border collie.
What'd you call it? Ricali?
I'm not gonna get into it because it doesn't.
Nah, I got you.
But
I get you.
But let's see. With a mouse. See, that's my problem.
Mouse
is-
and a paintbrush.
I mean, that's me already. But no, legitimately, like, I want to be so many different species that, like, just being a shapeshifter was a thing that I wanted to do, and then I understood that, sure, I could make a reference for one character, but I would have to, like, pay for a reference for a lot of characters, and I have never had a lot of money, so, and I've never been good at art, so...
Oh, no.
That being said, I like burbs.
Burbs.
I like
Burbs are
burbs,
adorable.
and conveniently, Regday was the one who asked the question. He is also a burb, so a mouse burb.
Okay.
I will-
Any specific kind of burb or not?
The more colorful, the better.
Cockatiel.
Cockatiel's
big
nice. Yeah,
spiky
big
hair,
floof.
rosy cheeks. Let's do it. Yeah, there you go.
I will never forget waking up one morning a few years ago, sometime in maybe November, late November, going into December, and hearing this in the kitchen. And I walk out, I go, Miko, what the hell is that? He goes, a dur. Like, a what? A dur.
Yeah, it's a reindeer.
For an entire season, I had to put up with every morning. You were a dur for exactly 3 months, and it was unbelievably adorable. And he hasn't come back yet. I've been waiting for him.
Oh, where did there go?
Where'd the dur go?
Some seasons you just don't feel like it.
Yeah, that's fair
fair.
enough. All right,
Fuck this
we're gonna
Christmas.
pause you because we have somebody who could not sign on to the Patreon to give us the question. Onyx's question is next.
Yes.
To you and your audience, what family tabletop board game do you hate to play with family friends but will do to make somebody happy? Wow.
The obvious answer, and the one that I've done more times than I care to count, is Monopoly.
I think, that's the
you're
general...
sitting there around either Thanksgiving or Christmas or whatever other holidays around that time, and all of the kids are sitting there, you know, the ones who are like 18 and younger, like, well, we're bored. We can't get drunk to deal with our family, so we're gonna go play a board game. The only thing they seem to have that all of us can play is Monopoly. And then it's just an argument of rules for the next, 4 hours, and eventually we all give up.
And nobody knows the real rules, right? Because it's oh, now I have to think. There's actually a lot of hidden rules. Aren't you the one who said it?
I am very... if I play the game and like it, I know all the rules.
And
yes.
Is it true that it was made to show that capitalism doesn't work?
Correct.
Is it true?
Actually a version of Monopoly that is anti-capitalistic, and it's a better version of the game. It is.
I thought it was just the original, no?
The original is anti-monopoly, is anti-capitalism. It's showing you that capitalism doesn't work. They redid the rules, and it changes the whole game, and it's almost a cooperative game. I'd have to look them up. I never got to play it with another person because if you say Monopoly, who the fuck wants to play Monopoly?
What the fuck's it called? Co-op?
I think it's still just Monopoly, but with different rules.
That's right. It's called Partnership LLC.
Marxopoly.
Onyx Flame, I like Monopoly. I do. I just don't play it because very few people.
I want to change my answer. Pupsin said Settlers of Catan.
Yeah, you're not the biggest fan of that.
I loathe Settlers of Catan. I will play that with friends because I like to have a good time with my friends.
Yes.
And I like to do things that my friends like to do. I hate Settlers of Catan. Games that are too heavily luck-based, if I roll another gosh danged 7...
Oh, no wood for sheep?
Done. No, my roads are made out of sheep. Everything is made out of sheep. All I have is sheep.
Like Elon Musk with kids.
All right, really quick.
Yeah, except sheep.
Comedy Bun, I'm so in. I love Monopoly. And two, our first backpacking trip. Me, John, a person that you guys do not know, his name was Toad, an old Nero friend of mine, and John's father. We went on an actual, it was called the Shakedown because we were going to do a 2-mile backpacking trip. Get out of the car, take a bus over here. I'm sorry, 2-mile, 2-week. A 2-week backpacking. You park your car, you take a bus over to here, you get out of the bus, you have your backpack, and you base camp all the way back to your car and you go home. We were super excited about that. We realized on the Shakedown that we couldn't do it. It's just, we were not strong enough.
This sounds like the worst version of river tubing, which is the bus takes you up the river.
Yep.
And it drops you off.
Yes.
And then it drives down, and it picks you up 2 hours later after you're sufficiently sloshed on whatever you brought down to the river to drink.
Oh no!
So it's based off something. I don't think it's based off this. The where we first heard of it was Quetico. Right over the U.S. Canadian border, there's an area called Quetico that has probably the most well-known American park your car, take a bus over here, hike back to your car over the course of a week. You can just do that if you know how to do it. So we were planning on doing one, so we did the Shakedown to see if we could backpack. In 2 days, we realized we couldn't. So we got back to the car, and we spent the rest of the time at one base camp, and we played Settlers of Catan easily 30 times in the course of 4 days.
Jesus.
John's dad, in the middle of the night, would scream, "Sheep! Lumber! Wood!" It was ridiculous.
Jesus
and, that was our...
We need to
I
move
absolutely
on.
love that. And by the way, to answer the question, the game that I would not play, I hate it, Munchkin.
Wait, really?
I hate Munchkin.
Why?
What you just said about the luck, that's why I hate Munchkin. I don't see any strategy in Munchkin.
There is sufficiently less amount of luck in Munchkin than there is Settlers of Catan.
Not disagreeing with you. For some reason, in my mind, I cannot figure out how to strategize.
You played against people who really knew what they were doing.
Possibly.
That's the worst part about board games. If you are playing against people who own the board game, they probably really know what they're doing. And unless they're, nice, or, want to teach you the game, they're probably just gonna floor you for the first 15 rounds.
Yeah, that's probably it.
What was yours, Xander?
What's the question?
We all know what Xander's is. What's a game that you'll play out of politeness, but you just can't? It's so bad.
Probably, what was the one?
Yeah, I think you're going to say the same thing I'm thinking of, right?
Big board game, lots of pieces.
Arkham Horror.
Arkham Horror.
Yep.
He hates Arkham Horror. Iggy, if you're still in the chat, to this day, I still want a giant table with every expansion from Arkham Horror and like 5 of us playing. Xander will not be joining us.
The Bowery Boys have taken all your shit.
Yeah, what were the guys in the they were in the forest and the swamp. What was the gang? The
Sheldon Gang.
The Sheldon Gang. Xander got the Sheldon Gang card like 4 times in one game. Because we were playing if you pick a card, whoever got it ends their turn and then shuffles that deck. He got Sheldon Game 4 times in a row and has never wanted to play the game since.
No.
I understand.
The Sheldon Gang. They stole your car and put lipstick on your dog. -5 sanity points.
No, I told you my almost same story of you walk out of the asylum because you just got done going crazy and being in the asylum.
Yeah.
You walk into the woods, you find a rusty lockbox. There's a foot in it.
And
You go crazy and you go back in.
Yes. Found a foot.
Fucking foot. Whatever, I got another foot. That's not gonna make me crazy.
Shark, John the Human, says the exact same thing. John will not play Monopoly even out of politeness. We were on a vacation with both of our families and a third group. Everyone but John was cool with playing Monopoly. We did not play Monopoly. He is that against the game.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, I'm going to throw the board. It's like, well, I mean, if we go, I'm going to throw the board. All right, fair enough.
All right, next question.
Next question.
All right, Pupsins asks,
Hello,
Pupsins.
Pupsins.
what's a hobby you wish you had time for? Rule, you can't make money off it. It's strictly for fun.
Woodworking.
Ooh, woodworking.
Woodworking.
Oh,
I
really?
started looking into it right after I got heavily into craps, after I spent an entire weekend of playing at BLFC, because I've always liked craps.
So there's all different kinds of woodworking. What is your dream project? What do you want to make?
I want to build a craps table.
Oh, Jesus Christ, no!
He wants to be one of the Kickstarters. You want to be one of those guys like, here's your modular D&D table with like 80 different pieces.
That would be the second project.
Yeah.
If I could build a traditional D&D table with the dice drops that go into with a D&D, could you imagine if I built my own D&D section for the DM? Could you imagine the shelves and drawers and 3D animations? Like, I would go all out. I would go all out.
No, I can't, because until we find a way to like move in 4D, I don't think that you would have enough drawers.
I wouldn't be satisfied until we could. You're right. Like, you've seen how I D&D. Bear in mind, like, you guys see a zoom-in version of me if you watch Dungeons and Dragons. What you don't see is the literal 4 tables around me, one with miniatures, one with books, one with dice, and one with miscellaneous. That's just, I need all this stuff.
And then, somebody else decides to go back, try to clear all the water out of the dehumidifier, and, it's a little dark out, but surely there's nothing there. Oh, there's 4 tables in my way.
There was.
As I stumble over everything, knock over every little D&D model that there is.
It's okay.
Oh my god.
Well, I got Dwarven Forge. I was very into Dwarven Forge for a very long time. In fact, I still look at everything that they publish. As a young man, I got into D&D, and I always wanted the miniatures and all that. And then I became an adult who had a job, and I'm like, I'm buying everything! Yeah, when that first started happening, just having a modular dungeon I could build, it was too much.
Absolutely.
It was too much.
Absolutely.
Oh, God.
I'm just imagining you making a craps table in the forest.
I would make a craps table in the forest.
Like a fucking forest casino weirdo.
Yeah. I would make a forest casino.
Forest casino.
Elven capitalism casino. What the fuck is wrong with you? It's just like...
So
we trade in Lefsa.
Yeah.
I mentioned the gentleman. It's actually crazy that he's coming up twice. I mentioned the gentleman earlier in the cast, Toad. He was a Nero player with us. He was, this is the craziest compliment, insanely good at interior design. And when we played Nero, we had a barn that was just one of our places. You could build encounters in there. And one event we decided that the fair was in town. And the fair didn't have a lot going on with it, but one thing that we used the entire weekend was he turned the entire barn into a casino. I did all of the games, and then he did all of the decorations. And this normal, everyday barn was turned into a full-fledged casino with a fireplace, with a secret passage, with a fake wall. I'll never forget this. So...
Can you rob the Forest Casino?
Yes! The goal for the weekend was to rob the casino.
What the fuck?
So I got, actually, again, thank you to the furry. I don't think you guys realize this. Nero, the live-action role-playing game that I ran for years, Nero Chicago is the powerhouse game that it could be because of furries. I got 5 of my furry friends to come out for the weekend and be the pit bosses / employees at the casino, knowing one thing. You are in character all weekend, you are running this casino, and the goal for a specific group who might find this is to rob you. They played casino all weekend knowing that they were there to be robbed. Epic.
That's fantastic.
Fucking epic. The cash box.
Oh, Heartwarming Fox, thank you so much.
Oh my god, I didn't see that. Heartwarming, thank you.
For the 20 pounds.
Ah, dang, not again.
Wow,
Y'all mentioned the game I've been trying to get into D&D. How do you get...
I know who's going to answer this question, so
I'm going to
take a
do...
break.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Heartwarming, I have one piece of advice. Here's what you need to find.
To get one started, just to say the question real quick. Sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you. Heartwarming Fox wants to know, hello, Heartwarming. You've been trying to get into D&D now for quite some time. How does one get started in the game? Also, here is some of my support. Heartwarming, thank you for your support. That is unbelievably kind of you. Here's how you get into D&D. It only takes one step. You need to find a good DM. Xander did not play D&D before he met me, but Xander is in Dungeons and Dragons, the show that is on our YouTube channel. By the way, we are the Dragon Show. You can find us on YouTube using that word. We have an entire season of Dungeons and Dragons out there. It's very easy to get into D&D if you can find one very hard to find feature, and that is a good DM. You need a DM who understands the answer to an activity or an action is yes. You don't need to know much about the game. You don't need to read the entire rule book. What you need is a DM who can tell you this is what your character is good at. This is what your character is bad at. Because don't forget, D&D mirrors reality, even though everything going on there is fantasy. If you can do it in real life, you can do it in D&D. Prestidigitation, a 0-level spell in 3.5. It means you can perform slight magic tricks with your hand, even though it's actual magic. You can take a coin and vanish it from this hand and have it appear in the other. What does that mean? Well, that's up to you and your DM. You don't need to know the rules for D&D. What you need to know is that in that moment, in the game, you are an actual person. You can try anything that you want, and it's up to the DM to tell you what happens. If you find a DM that doesn't use the word no excessively, you are on the road to learning Dungeons and Dragons. I didn't give him a rule book. I gave him a person sitting next to him to tell him what dice to roll when he wanted to do something, and I knew that D&D is a reflection of real life. If he wanted to do it, I would let him do it, and as he played, he learned his limitations. That is how you learn how to play D&D. The rules and everything else will come with time. That's my best advice to you.
Nice.
Thank you. How do you get into D&D? And I can't stand...
I apologize.
You're fine.
That sounded like a great end to that question. I was asking what the question for the Patreon
was.
Oh!
Well, actually, you two answer that. Now I need to piss. Mouse, would you do me a favor? Twitch does not have the numbers underneath it. It moved again. I'll be right back, gentlemen.
Okay, but what was the question?
Let's see. We were just on... Did we do the hobby question? Did you do the hobby question, Migo?
What question? Oh, hobby question.
Yeah. What hobby would you do if you had time for that wouldn't make the monies?
I was going to touch on that, and then I realized that the way that I do hobbies is I take that phrase into heart, jack of all trades, master of none. All I do is hobbies. I screw around with all sorts of little things. I screw around with music. I screw around with what's my newest one? 3D shit. Now that I'm fucking around with the VR chat, like there's all sorts of little things that I try a little bit of everything. I don't know if there's any one thing that I would want to like dive into so hard that was like my hobby, the thing that people know me for, you know?
I should really learn that. I should do the music guitar bullshit just for myself.
You should! I will teach you guitar.
Alright.
We'll sit down. I will totally teach you how to play Wonderwall, and then you're set.
There
You're
we
as
go.
good as anybody else is
Yes!
gonna get.
I get laid at a high school party. Wait, that's terrible. No, I don't want that. Not even kidding. I swear I was at a high school party junior, senior year. It's a joke now.
Yeah,
It's a joke now.
it is.
I swear to God, one of my classmates was playing fucking Wonderwall. I swear to God. And I don't know if that's just my memory screwing with me. I have to check the year to make sure that's accurate.
Yeah.
When did Wonderwall come out?
Anyway, here's Wonderwall.
That was
Yeah.
late 90s, right?
Oh, I'm gonna have
Is
to
it?
check.
I mean, you might be right.
I could be wrong. I could be super wrong. Oasis, right?
Does it line up? Is the question. Are my memories faulty? Yes,
95.
they are. That did not come out in... Wait.
95.
Son of a bitch! It works.
It was 95?
It totally...
Yeah.
That totally happened. In my life, someone was playing Wonderwall when it came out on their goddamn guitar. And now it's a joke for all times.
Oh,
For all I know, that's when it
Freebird.
started. Yeah.
Skylar mentions Freebird, and all I can think of is a friend of mine in high school. They had their family reunion up in the North Woods up there.
Northwoods?
The North Woods. But no, like northern woods of Wisconsin, like up by like Rhinelander, actually close to Iron Mountain. But basically, like the whole thing was just a big let's get together, let's get drunk and or high. I wasn't into that at the time.
Like Night in the Woods.
Basically, yeah, no, basically that, except of the probably 80 people that would show up to that, probably 30-40 of them were musicians. And of those 30 to 40 musicians, probably 20 of them were guitarists. So how many of them knew how to play Freebird? The basic, and you know how all of those instrumental parts are like nonsensical, like completely improvised. Well, not actually completely improvised, but basically improvised the entire time.
Yeah.
That's what it would be. Is one after another. Like, okay, you jack out your guitar, I'll jack in my guitar, play like a 32 measure solo on Freebird, and then move on to the next person.
Oh my God.
It was absolutely stupid.
That's ridiculous.
That sounds about right.
Okay.
I have trouble pronouncing this gentleman's name. Tmaxxnc. How do I say
T-Max.
that? T-Max. T-Max, one of my favorite D&D memories was either IFC or BLFC, and Alkali kept getting cursed, having to chase any thrown object. T-Max, I would love to take credit for that. That one actually comes back to Nero. I want to, but I'm lazy and fat. Fine, I'll get it. No, my drink!
Oh, wait, what are you doing? Oh,
He's
okay.
throwing things. We had, my mother was the secretary for the entire school district where I lived, which means that during the summer I was enlisted a lot to help out, just helping out at the schools, cleaning stuff up, doing painting jobs, etc. And one of the things that happened is we would help out organizing. I'm sure some of you should remember this from your childhoods and gyms. They always had a storage room, and in that storage room was the gym mats and the dodgeballs and all of the little things that your gym class in grade school would have. So we cleaned it out once, and in there were Nerf foam frisbees. You ever seen these?
Oh, absolutely. No, I love the heck out of those things.
Right?
Because you could just jack them as hard as you
Yes.
could, and if somebody happened to get in the way, it didn't matter.
Yes. So I'm standing there, and they're literally getting things ready to throw out. And there's a stack of 10 Nerf Frisbees. And I pick it up. Now, there are very specific rules of how to build weapons at Nero. And I'm squishing these and I realize I think they akin to every Nero standard. So I had them checked by our weapon marshal, Nick. And he said, yep. So Lord Keldrock Livton Doog, my noble, he's a weapon master, which means I can pick up any weapon and get all my bonuses applied to it, had throwing frisbees. And that was fun. Until we went up against the Gnolls. Gnolls! Dog-like humanoids. And Nick, every time I would throw one of these, go, and chase after it and bring it back to me. Every damn time.
Nice.
It was one of our favorite Nero things.
How many points is it for Weapon Master so that I can, like, put an end to Nero?
About 5. Yeah, all you would need is 5. Like,
okay.
I was one of the very
I will
few
give up
weapon
my Florentine
masters.
and my two and my
Yep.
Nope. I did not understand that was an option.
Oh, absolutely, and not
I
to
used
mention
to play Ultimate.
right, and those Nerf frisbees do curve. Like you can actually,
they do.
you
They
can
have
curve
a little
the
bit of
bullet.
weight to them.
You understand?
I know, yeah. Try to run away in the woods. I dare you.
Nope. By the time we were done with that character and using the frisbees pretty regularly, we had the ability to get it around shields. Like, you could
Yep.
throw it and have it curve, and I'd say 50-50 chance it would still hit. It was frustrating as hell.
The thing that does suck about them is they don't have quite enough, like, firmness to them to, like, give them the, I don't know what you call
The
it.
bounce?
You throw it down and it catches the gust from it going down, so it rises back up.
It does not, it could not do that.
They don't.
That was too much. But it would still curve in the air, which I appreciated. It was a lot of fun.
Alright. We got
I'm sorry, I should stop that topic. Go ahead.
we do have a few more
Yes,
questions
yes,
to go
we do.
through. Gray Foxen asks.
Hello, Gray
Hello.
Foxen.
Will you be doing more VR chat based content more regularly now that you all have accounts set up like game shows, meetups, fans, or only special events?
Let me jump into that by just doing this because it's almost 6 o'clock anyway.
Go ahead.
To answer that, we're going to start off with a few shout outs to some of our friends. Guys, if you are enjoying our show, if you're looking for things to do during these very trying times, we have a bunch of friends that are on Twitch, YouTube, and other things. So a huge shout out to Dooming with Dragger, which is on Sundays, to Fox, to Pepper, who stream fairly regularly, to Kataze, who has been doing a lot of game shows online. Find him and follow him. Chris the Comedy Bunny, thank you for all that you do on YouTube. Your videos are ridiculous and super fun. Who am I forgetting?
Iggy.
Does Iggy have a channel?
Iggy does Twitch channels where he regularly will sometimes do, he'll be in the middle of a speed run of some sort, sometimes Link to the Past, and see, there he is. He'll answer for us.
That's wonderful. Iggy, I wasn't
what that
aware.
one is called, the Link to the Past and Metroid combination. That is a fascinating thing to watch.
Iggy, if you would please post so that I can announce out where they can find you. There is also Boozy Barrister, who is on Twitch and doing some random games. And in 2 weeks, on the weekend of the 17th, watch for Uncle Kage's wine stream where I will be a guest on it. Yes. So, in answer to your question...
Well, so is Serathan is on Twitch as well.
Serathan is also on Twitch.
Thank you very much, Serathan.
Yep.
We're doing this off memory, so for anyone we forgot, we do apologize.
All right.
And what was I going with? Crap.
What was the question?
But to answer the question, I mean, we're trying.
To answer the question,
what is the
Kataze.
question?
Are we going to be doing more VR stuff?
Yes.
Kataze is going to be our link to VR. He has been inviting us to do a lot of games, and that has been a super fun. But the short answer to your question is yes. We are loving VR, and we are planning on doing a lot more with it. So, yeah.
I'm so happy with being a mouse in real life. And, like, I'm loving learning about all this stupid shit that goes into both Unity and Blender for this. It's fun.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying it.
Honestly, I think the next 2 to 3 months we're just going to be figuring out what the heck we're doing with it.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're just, like, going to figure out where to go from there, honestly. Because, like, it's all... We're just trying to figure out where to go with it for our purposes.
Yeah.
And what we can do with it. So, we don't want to just, like, waste your time. He's like,
Thank you, QQH, that's Quack Quack Honk, also has a YouTube channel. I know that they do a lot of live art streams on there, which is very cool. I've joined in for 1 or 2 of those. Thank you, QQH. And Iggy says, I recently did a virtual con last week. They do streams from time to time, retro gaming, sometimes random Magic Draft, very casual, Super Metroid, Zelda 3, and others. Thank you very much, Iggy, for being here.
Yeah. All right.
What was the question actually? I didn't answer whatever.
Oh,
it
just
was.
if we're gonna do more VR chat.
Oh,
stuff.
yeah. No, never mind. I did answer that.
Yeah.
Well,
Basically, I am digging like the whole model making and animation process. Like, it is so much fun. Also, being a mouse in real life.
I'm very curious to see where all the different worlds and stuff. It's fun to jump into the different.
I have a couple of concepts for worlds that I'm actually like borderline ready to make myself.
I want to make the good place. I want to see if it exists.
Very cool.
Do you think the good place exists with all the different kinds of Frogurt?
I'm sorry, have you seen the world lately? No, there is no good place.
But yes, never mind.
But let's take that question for a second. Let's just take a moment. I don't want to go as far as I normally do as far as plugging VR into your brain. What's your favorite part about VR as it stands now? What is something that you're... Because VR to me is very new, and I've been enjoying the living hell out of it. Or even an instance. We don't need to go as far as...
No.
Go ahead. Thank you.
For me, like, going into VR chat and like into a group of people is way less intimidating for me. Because, and especially at FurCons, one of my big things, and I'm sure a handful of people here know, like, fursuits in general, I love them. They are adorable. They do not have facial expressions that I can see and read, and I am a very empathetic person. And not being able to see that while they're talking at me or emoting at me as fursuiters do, it's unsettling. I try my best, but I have such a hard time interacting with fursuiters. Because I'm in the same situation, which maybe suggests I should get a fursuit. Because I'm in the same situation in VR chat, I don't feel as bad about it, and I have such like an easier time just approaching random people and chit-chatting.
Nice.
I love virtual reality.
Yeah.
I'm
cool.
Xander?
Yes.
What about you? What's your... We're talking about now, not what you want. Right now, what was that VR moment? Or what did you expect and what you got? Like, help us out. Tell us why you like VR.
Hitting some motherfucker with a sword's nice.
Sword.
I'm sorry.
No. That was going to be mine.
No,
I get you.
I know. It's like you never get to do that kind of stuff. And it's like, I block and I hit you with a sword. Can't do that in real life.
That's right.
Can't chop a dude in half. That's illegal.
Absolutely. Not even in Nero. You can't fucking face strike in Nero, but you can in there.
I'm actually worried. I've been playing Blade and Sorcery so much that if I ever go back to Nero, I'm just going to be punching people in the face. I'm legitimately worried.
It's going to happen. You're going to be like, block, punch. Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
That's a reflex, man.
I literally did that.
Casey.
I was doing a VR thing. I was like, block. It was just like a reaction.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like, oh, that worked.
Neat.
Yeah. Tyro, as far as face art goes, I never got into it, A, because I never owned it, and B, because apparently, like, making your own model in it or porting your model into it was incredibly difficult, as Xander put across to me.
It was the importing thing that was really stupid and overcomplicated.
But there are potential solutions coming for that in either the near future or maybe they're already here and we just need to learn them.
True.
And to piggyback off that, Tyro, we will be using more face rig once I get out of the shift that I'm in right now at work and bring back Skyrim with Keldrock. Skyrim with Keldrock will always use face rig. I like face rig. It helps me be able to... Honestly, this is the shittiest thing. To take a drink while performing and doing the thing, and you guys can't see that, especially when I'm trying to come across as a character that is solely in character. Face rig is a great tool. And for those of you asking about cooking with alkali, I'm presently working on one right now. There's going to be a few coming out, but I'm working on creme brulee French toast. I do not do a cooking with alkali episode until I am comfortable with the recipe, and that's kind of a weirder one, so I'm going to make it 1 or 2 more times
but
before I put it out there.
There's a lot more things that are already in the works as far as that goes.
Are they? Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about Cooking with Alkali. I was still on Face Ring. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. No. Cooking with Alkali.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, we do have one recorded. We just haven't edited it yet.
Well, and all the smaller recipe ones.
Yeah.
The like quickies. But
Yeah, I like quickies. Quickies are good.
Well.
All right. Yes.
Gray
Okay.
Foxon played Space Pirate at MFF and then bought his own quest in January. Yeah, that's basically how it works.
I got a couple more questions. A few more, actually.
Mhm.
Oh, all right.
All right. Erner asks.
Hey, Erner.
We all need comfort media now more than ever. What TV, cartoon, or book series has helped keep your spirits up during this year?
Wow.
They've been enjoying revisiting Chicago's only professional wizard in the Dresden Files, books by Jim Butcher.
Oh man.
Jim?
Speaking of wizards, I sat through for the first time in a long time binged a TV series,
Who's
The
that?
Magicians.
It's on my
Oh.
list. Is it? Because me and you started that.
Whereas it's not something I would go like, 10 out of 10, everybody
Yeah.
should go see it. There are a select handful of people of certain inclinations that I would be like, you need to go check this out immediately. Because it has a lot of weird nuance with the magic system and all of that stuff,
Yeah.
but also the random selection of musical numbers that they throw in there. It is a fun show to watch. They ended in the 5th season, and they ended rather abruptly. The creators seem to think that it was a good place to stop. I highly disagree, but maybe Netflix will pick them back up. I don't
Let's
know.
hope. Xander, do you have one? A feel-good show? Because I think yours and
Um,
mine might be the same.
So I'm going to give two answers because the first one's not going to apply to most. But for me and Dragger, it's been AEW wrestling.
Oh,
And
nothing wrong
watching the
with that.
bullshit wrestling and all the bullshit drama that goes on with that. I've been really enjoying it.
They did a fantastic job of bringing their show into the quarantine era.
Yeah.
And like, legitimately, I don't doubt that, like, in the future there will be documentaries of like, here's what media was like back then, and them being a highlight of that.
I hope so. I hope so.
Because they did a great job of bringing real life into that while still keeping it wrestling.
Honestly, it's weird because like some places have the sporadic audiences because they have a open air arena, which is
Mhm.
better, as most people should know. Open air is better. So, but they have like 4 to like pods of 4 kind of or something like that.
Mhm.
Where the weird thing is, I watch wrestling every once in a while. What they're doing in Japan, they're like shoulder to shoulder, but they have masks on. But the difference is that they are not allowed to cheer.
No, nobody cheers.
They
Nobody
cannot
makes noise.
vocally cheer,
Yep.
and they do not do it. It's fucking
Fuck yeah.
wild.
Fuck yeah.
Everyone claps.
Yep.
The clapping gets higher and lower, and because they tell people that like singing or cheering will spread the virus.
Yeah. Well,
And I'm
not
curious
only
how
that,
that's working.
not
out.
only that, will apparently actually get you ejected from the arena.
No
What?
shit.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Holy
Good
crap!
for them.
Yep.
Yeah, because I'm just watching like, how does this work? Like, I want to see some like post like reports to see if this is working. People to shoulder, because you know,
Mhm.
too many thoughts right now, and I'm not gonna go into them. But yes,
You had a second show?
the second show I was going into was a lie. No, I was gonna go into an Expanse and whatnot, and
Oh, you went with Expanse.
because
Is a
it's too
feel-good
real.
show?
Exactly.
Comfort?
What the
I
hell?
don't have
You-
any comfort.
Yes, you do. You have
What's
one.
my comfort show?
We stopped watching it because we're done. But you had a comfort show.
Oh fuck.
Good place.
I mean, kind of, but it's like a deep show.
It was a deep show, but
That's as
every
comfort as
time.
the Expanse.
Not
they're-
saying you're wrong.
They're like, don't get me wrong, it's comedic and it's funny, but boy, it hits some like real life topics real hard.
It does, but the reality of it and watching people learn. I'm not saying they learn and then do the right thing, but they learn. That show was super therapeutic for both of us. Every time we were having a bad day, the first thing he said is, "Do you want to watch an episode of Good Place?"
I have a better. Oh, you finish. I'm sorry.
I'm just going to let everyone know the final season of Good Place just showed up on Netflix. I got my partner at work to watch it, who was totally against watching it. He's only 5 episodes in, and he agrees that it's a brilliant show. Good Place, Netflix. What's yours?
I hope he finishes the first season.
He will.
Good.
He will. He will because he's confused. That's all it took.
Wonderful.
Yep. So what's your other one?
My other one, which I had and I just forgot again. Damn it. Was... Oh, damn it. Oh, yes. Our other option of... it's stuff on YouTube. It's visual fix or off the air is basically videos that I would make if I had... You were asking what I would do for a hobby. I would make those stupid art videos.
Off the air.
Watch
Oh my
Off
God.
the Air.
Off the Air.
They're normally on Cartoon Network. It's called Off the Air.
Adult Swim, but
It's the
Oh,
most.
thank you. Yeah.
it's the most bonkers stoner shit.
It's
I
the most
love it.
surreal nonsense.
Yeah, surreal nonsense.
And
It's
to
my
keep it on
favorite.
here, because you can answer the question in the positive, I don't know about
Eh.
you. Have you guys watched Cobra Kai? It's pretty good. I've not given Cobra Kai a chance. I don't think you have
no,
either.
he is.
But you have.
I have. I saw the first season.
And?
Yeah, it was great.
Cool.
Are
All
you
right.
kidding me?
So we have
That
Silence. I am so aware that Food Wars just came back to Netflix, but I am in the middle of a season of DS9, and I do not combine shows. I will never finish anything. I stop and switch when I get to the end of a season, never before.
All right. We have some more questions.
All right, next question.
Nikolai asks.
Hello.
Hey, Nikolai.
Totally can't think of anything interesting to ask. So, what do you wish you were drinking? Oh dear.
What do I wish I was drinking? So I'm actually going to have to go because I saw you pouring it, and I got to go with, and I'm not saying that like just we needed the sugar cubes. A true traditional absinthe. The second I saw you making a drink, I wanted it. The sugar cube, the good traditional absinthe, the ice cold water poured over the cube to get that exact right mix. I wanted a traditional absinthe so damn bad. This is it's like candy absinthe. I don't know how to describe. I never thought of using powdered sugar in absinthe. I never thought of that.
No, that was Wolfie at First Square probably 2 years ago. That he made me almost exclusively those, and oh boy, that was a convention.
Wolfie, thank you so much for the. I had a sip out of that, and wow, it's really good.
You know what I want to try someday?
What?
Just to try?
What?
Back in the day, every rap video was like, I'm drinking Cristal.
Cristal.
You know
Cristal.
it, right?
Yeah.
You knew it before I said it.
It's a good champagne.
You tried it.
Yeah, I've had it. It's a good champagne.
Is it expensive? Like,
I don't know.
okay.
I didn't buy it. I tried it. It's
That's
a good
fair.
champagne.
All right.
I
It was a thing people shout out, Cristal.
yeah.
They're like, I'm drinking Cristal. Like, oh, son of a bitch.
I mean, that's kind of like people in the late 2010s going like, oh, I wish I was drinking Zima right now.
Which we made Mackie's first drink. So a shout out to our friend Mackie, who was one of the people who actually got us into 3D/virtual reality.
Yeah.
He wasn't a drinker, and he had always said, if I'm ever going to drink, the first thing I'll drink is a Zima. We were at BLFC, hanging out with Fox, Pepper, and Dixie, and we found out across the street it was either a Target or a Super Walmart or something. They had Zima. We got a 6-pack, we gave it to Mac, and he said, well, I did promise, and he took a sip. His first line was, well, that tasted like shit. And that was the start. Now, he's like, daiquiris, I'm in! Like,
Oh my god, I could go for a daiquiri right now.
Hell yeah.
I love daiquiris. Traditional margarita. Love them. Margarita, superior to daiquiri,
Well, you're
in
just
my
a tequila
opinion.
guy.
Yeah,
I am a
yeah,
tequila
yeah, yeah.
guy, yes.
That's like actually literally the difference between a margarita and a daiquiri. Is
You're right.
One has rum, and like they both have a bunch of sugar. One has rum, one has tequila.
Correct. Yep.
That's a fair assessment. All right, one more question, guys. Nisbet asks,
Hello, Nisbet.
what fancy bourgeois food do you want to learn to make the most? What is your decadent?
Krakenbush.
Krakenbush.
The
What's
Krakenbush.
that?
The Krakenbush is a tower of choux pastry that is made almost to be like a cream bun. What do you call those when it's too...
Puff pastry.
Thank you. It's puff pastry with
Hold
a
on.
cream in the middle, but glazed with honey and built into a tower cone shape.
Oh, so like some Redwall bullshit.
Very red. It's a super French pastry, but the level of each step... Once again, don't forget, when you talk about French patisserie in particular, you're talking about treating every ingredient as its own personal thing. So a perfect choux pastry, a perfect cream to go in the middle, a perfect caramel glaze, a perfect honey glaze to stick it all together. The Krakenbouche is something that I will attempt one day, but I've tried choux pastry before and failed miserably. I'm not good enough yet. So yeah, the Krakenbouche is definitely something I'm working towards.
Nice. When I hear Krakenbush, I think of bloomin' onion,
Yeah,
but with squid.
yeah, that's about right.
No, it should be. It should be like
I would
should-
do a calamari bloomin'
a
onion.
calamari
yeah.
bloomin' onion, which sort of Krakenbush should be. It's a kraken, but the bush. See?
I mean, yeah, that could be
Yeah,
arranged.
why not? The Krakenbush.
That could actually be arranged.
That can be arranged. I love it.
Tyro!
What?
The hell? Krakenbush is when Cthulhu doesn't shave his junk.
Oh, no.
Tyro, you 10 point. You're on the board, Tyro. You're on the board.
for
That was
Gryffindor,
good.
or
For
whatever.
What was the
Gryffindor.
question again?
Something that you would like to make is basically the essence of it. Something that's fairly complicated.
What is
that
a
you would-
decadent
Xander,
bitch food to make?
I'm so curious what your answer is, Xander.
Yeah.
Because you don't cook much and you don't really bake. Like if you could make one thing for yourself
Yeah.
as decadent as you want, what would you want to make?
Damn, that's so hard.
It is,
I know.
right?
It would be something savory because I like desserts, but I like the dinners more. So I want to
Okay.
make something like super spicy. That's like, I'm thinking like, honestly, some of the tastiest shit I ever had was at like Maggiano's. So I like stuffed peppers. I like
Stuffed peppers are very good.
anything spicy. So probably some insane.
Do you want to make stuffed peppers sometime?
Yes.
We could do a
Wait, those
a-
were stuffed mushrooms. So we'll make them stuffed peppers instead. Good
Oh,
idea.
okay, but legitimately,
Yeah.
like we could do another episode of Cooking with Alkali where you learn how to do that.
I know how to
Maybe.
make stuffed peppers.
Yeah.
We can make it, and that'll be the episode, is how to make them super hot.
Last time I think I had stuffed. Wait, no, that's the last time I had free stuffed peppers.
There is a significant difference, and I will say this is somebody who moved from Wisconsin to Illinois, and I won't describe what that means, but there's a big difference between free and not free when it comes to that.
I mean, it's
Yes,
fair.
there is.
When I was
That's
in-
awesome.
I won some bullshit award in college, and they took us out to dinner at Maggiano's, and I had stuffed mushrooms. Like, yes, free stuffed mushrooms. I'll never forget it for the rest of my life.
I didn't understand that Maggiano's was not, in fact, like an obnoxiously fancy.
It is very fancy.
It is fancy. It is fancy.
It's fancy.
It is a chain restaurant.
I know.
It is a
It
chain.
also has
restaurant.
the largest fucking serving portions I have ever seen. It's like,
Oh my
I
God.
would like a spaghetti. All right, here's a bucket.
I have gone there multiple times. I spent a couple of years in Brookfield, Wisconsin, right?
Okay, yeah.
And the Mayfair Mall there has a Maggiano's. I had spent a couple of years in that area in Milwaukee. Never got to go to Maggiano's because every time I would go there, the waiting time was so absurd and ridiculous
Yeah.
that there was an Applebee's down the street, and I just went down there and said, yes, half-price margaritas, absolutely.
There you go.
You want to know why
But that
Maggiano's
means-
wait time is so much? Carbs. The serving sizes are so huge. When you're done eating, you sit there and talk because you can't fucking stand up. That's Maggiano's in a nutshell. So
No,
that being
think it's
said,
just-
you were going to continue. My bad.
I
I fucked up.
It's
My bad.
something about basically I didn't have it until about a year ago with Axel and Toshu.
Amazing.
Really? You
Yep.
never went to Maggiano's until about a year ago?
No, I
and you
told
lived
you
in Brookfield?
I went there multiple times. I did not actually enter the building
That's
and
awesome!
eat there until I moved here and went to one on the north side with the two of them.
Awesome. Eddie, the Weather Fox, you said you were going to make beef Wellington for your anniversary. First off, cheers for doing it. 2 suggestions. 1, buy your puff pastry. Making puff pastry on your own is a lot of fun. It's something you should try. It is incredibly difficult to get it right, especially on your first try. You will learn the tricks as you go. Just buy it if you're making it for an anniversary. And 2, dry is your friend. Dry off the meat, dry off the mushrooms. You want it to be as dry as possible because if you don't, it's puff pastry. Puff pastry expands. So if you have a lot of liquid in the steak and in the mushroom compote, it's going to push out the puff pastry and you're going to get a pocket of air. Dry everything. That's all I got to say.
I have a challenge for you.
Sure.
Think of a spooky dish.
A spooky dish.
Spooky
In
dish.
the meantime,
for
I'm going to
October.
tell you, if your beef Wellington becomes out a little bit soggy, have an entirely dry pan. Throw it in the entirely dry pan after you have had it on high heat for about 5 minutes. It will fry the outside of what is out there because it is not just water. It is probably some kind of oil, and it will fry it. It
Correct.
works.
Nice.
Very much so.
They have
Very
no
much
idea
so.
other than the slight dryness on the outside of the meat itself.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
Spooky dish.
Spooky dish, I'm going to have to go with a drink because I've done it before, and that was swamp juice.
Ooh, there you go. That's good.
Swamp juice was there's a word for this. Help me out. It's something that you would do.
Disgusting.
Yes, but it's something that you talked about when you were camping a lot. It's another term for like people who make big drinks in a bathtub. There's a word for this.
Moonshine?
Nope. Oh, God. Fly water.
Bug juice.
Thank you. Bug juice.
It is the bug juice. It does not reference alcoholic beverages
Not at all.
in the least.
Not at all,
Yes.
but it's the same concept. So, a Halloween a few years ago, we made something called swamp juice, which was a bunch of alcohols, a bunch of different colored sherbets, and a bunch of different flavored sherbets mixed in, and then a chunk of dry ice thrown in to fog it up. To have the problem with swamp juice, and the reason it's called this, is there's so many alcohols and so many different flavors, all of which come through. It's unbelievably a very complex drink, but complex with fruit flavors, with sweet flavors, with bitter flavors. All these things come through, but the look of it, because of all the different colors and the alcohol that's kind of pulling everything in, and the dry ice which mixes everything, it's this sickly brown liquid that tastes like heaven. Swamp juice.
Nice.
I don't know. It was something very unique, and very few people drank it. I drank a bowl of it, so I liked it.
Hollywood's all about candy and bullshit, so it works out. A savory dish it doesn't work for Halloween.
It used to be. And I'm going to tell you now. I understand it's the beginning of the month. Do not buy any candy. I will not be opening that door.
Oh yeah.
No. Halloween will be a thing outside with. We're taking this. We're putting it outside the door. And they can walk up, take it. We are not opening that door. I agree with you.
No, I will not be rewarding anybody who decides to take part in this holiday.
Are we at that point? I understand.
That's fair. That's fair.
That is not safe. You have
No,
children.
you're right.
Think of your children.
You are right. I just, it's Halloween, and for the last 5 to 10
That tradition
years,
going in your head.
Yep. And I gotta get it out of my
speak
head.
like an old person.
You're right. You are.
Speak like a reasonable, logical person.
You're right. You are right. Now that being said,
Unfortunately.
can we have a little zip line that goes to the sidewalks like Snickers bar?
I saw that exact thing. Not everybody is going to be us, and if we are partaking in that, we are encouraging that kind of behavior during a pandemic.
All right.
No.
We
Okay.
can have Halloween parties in VR chat.
We can.
Yes,
In fact, we will
absolutely.
keep your eyes on the
That's
Dragon
fine.
Show. We might plan something like that. Can I at least buy
Don't
some
promise
Snickers
anything.
bars from us? I only get Snickers once a year.
Oh my god!
I only get Snickers once a year.
You can buy a Snickers
Yeah,
bar.
but I can't buy it in bulk. I'm not going to pay
So you
$1
can't-
for a Snickers bar. I want to pay 79
so you can't-
cents.
So you can't buy it without guilt in the fact that you're going to be giving to some kids. They're like, oh, well, I might as well take this as my payment.
What do you want from me?
I understand now. Jesus Christ.
I actually forgot what the topic we were on
Take
was.
your Snickers and be like, I accept the Snickers with all my body, and just like, jam it down your throat.
And just jam it down your
Just
there
jam
you
it
go.
down your throat. Because that's, never mind.
Next question.
We are done!
We did it!
We did it!
We did it!
All right, we're gonna do shout outs.
And if I remember correctly, didn't you say the sun set at 6:30?
Yes, sir.
We are 7 minutes till sunset. I think we pulled it off.
We're gonna do shout outs real quick.
Shout outs, shout outs. I wonder who is next.
Boom, boom, boom.
Shout outs, shout outs. The spell is called a hex.
Boom, boom, boom.
Every time we do this jingle, I just want to mingle. Shout outs, shout outs. Here's a thing that we do. What do we got?
All right, guys, who give us $5 on Patreon get a chance for shout outs. And here we go. Shout outs this time are Onyx Flame.
Hi, Onyx.
Onyx, thank you so much for patronizing. Onyx Flame, we're not gonna talk about his name. We're gonna talk about his pure being, the being of Onyx Flame. What makes him an Onyx Flame? And as we all know, chemicals and elements are what changes flames to different colors.
Nice.
So what changes a flame into an onyx color? And I think we all know what that is.
What?
Happiness and furryism.
Okay, sure.
He is so helpful to the community. He's such a wonderful person that when you coat a piece of metal in his pure essence, it comes up with this onyx coloring. And you'd think that's a good thing, but unfortunately, there's a few spells out there that need an onyx flame in them. Onyx flame, you cause lichdism.
Oh no!
Lichism.
Lichism.
You make liches.
That works.
You make liches, man.
Congratulations.
Not all liches are bad. Not all liches are bad. Most liches are bad.
And as a quick thing, since you're talking about him, he asked a question right there in purple.
I didn't see it.
Have
Thank
you ever
you.
heard of a drink called the Snowball?
The Snowball, made with avocado, cream soda, vanilla ice cream. Do you have lit soda? Wow.
Little soda pop is not a thing here.
Yeah,
or at least not in the Midwest.
Not in the Midwest. I think our weirdest soda pop would be, help me out, what's the name?
Green River.
Vintners?
What?
No, that's a very local soda pop. Green River is Green River will forever hold a weird place in my heart because of a place called Reenie's. Do you have Reenie's in Wisconsin? Okay. Reenie's was the strangest thing when I was growing up. Reenie's was a bar that would show up in random what do you call a Walmart, but if it's not a Walmart, but a Walgreens pharmacist. So those small pharmacists like mom and pop shops would have a Reenie's in the Midwest. And that is a bar for kids to go to. They had a toaster oven. They could make those market day pizzas, like individual pizzas. They would make Crispitos. But more importantly, they had a traditional soda jerk fountain. And every Reenie's had a Green River spigot. Now, when I say a traditional soda jerk fountain, that's different than a soda machine. A soda machine it has the syrup, it has the fizzy water, and it combines it and you get a glass. A soda jerk fountain is put the glass underneath, pump the syrup into your cup, and then put it underneath the spigot that does fizzy water. So at Reenie's, you could get Green River syrup. You could just drink Lifesavers.
Oh my god.
It was a bar for kids. Reenie's was a huge part of my childhood. I don't remember the question, but that is somehow my answer.
Nice.
That was a shout out. Zomagod Shiny.
Oh, Shiny. Hi.
Hi, Shiny.
Snitches make liches and ditches. Thank you, Shiny.
Nice. Oh, thank you I didn't see that. Nice. Thank you so much.
So the answer to the question that I do not remember is that, but Onyx Flame, you make liches. That's the shout out.
Nice. The next shout out, Kansha Kitsune. Kansha
Kitsune, which, as we all know, is mispronounced. It's conch shell kitsune. It's a shell with 9 tails. And if any of us played Jaws on the original Nintendo, you know conch shells were how you got score until Jaws came along. But that's the advantage of being kitsune. 9 tails, you just kind of rotate them around to a helicopter, go flying into the water, and you make sushi. Conch shell kitsune made sushi out of Jaws.
Little did you know, their name was actually... Their name was based on a deal.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's kind of like the Turok thing when they do you want your name your baby after Turok? So like they're like, hey, furry came to Con Shop, be like, hey, do you want to promote furry? Like, sure. All right, you're Con Shop consumer. Con Shop? No, that doesn't work for me. How about Con Shop? It'll make people think of the Con Shop.
That's true.
and buy a T-shirt, but they'll be like, "Oh, you're Kansha. I want to buy a T-shirt now." That's how it works. See, you don't think about it, and that's
So
how
many
Kansha.
lanyards.
Yeah, it works out.
Rick, I didn't know that. That's really cool.
What's that?
Soda jerk is called that because you had to jerk the handle to get it to simultaneously mix the soda and the carbonation. That totally makes sense. I never knew that.
I just want to see this soda just like, hold on, it's gonna take a little bit. Hold on.
Hold on, hold
and
on,
then it comes
hold
out
on.
like,
Green
oh! And I was like, oh my god, it's getting everywhere. Oh shit! Oh god! Oh god!
I understand that there's a casual term for it now, but jerk does have a definition.
I don't know. I want to see that. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Anyway.
I love it. I love it.
Soda jerk. Oh god! Oh! It's just spraying all over the bar.
Oh my god, I love
Alright.
it so much.
All right, one more.
Oh, and our final shout out. Our final shout goes out to.
Two.
I'm gonna drink more wine. Oh. Everything is going poorly now.
It is. Oh my god, I went to the wrong page. I'm drunk.
It's okay, I'm drunk too.
It is.
Hello, Alasky. Sorry, my glasses are off.
Hello,
Where are my
Lasky.
glasses go?
Is Quixum Mephididae.
Say it again.
Quixum Mephididae. Yeah.
Quixum Mephididae.
Quixum.
Let's be honest. We all know Quixum Mephididae is Quixum Mif Kalapati Zungbak Dan Pai Gao Thor Da Mephididae.
That's a game.
But that's why it's Quixum. You have to say it as quick as possible, and that's why their name is Quixum Mephididae. That's the fastest way to say their name. Thank you so much for giving us a language that you can dumb down into a few quick mouth movements to say your name. Quixum, our glasses off to you. I might be too drunk to do shout-outs.
Pretty sure that was a fine mixture of Russian, Mandarin,
Yep.
and probably Spanish.
Kind of a little fantasy language, too. Mephididae.
All right.
Oh, Quixum's on. Hi, Quixum.
Thanks, you Quixum. We did all the things. We did all of them. You were kind of inebriated. So
I am
you
a
wanna-
little inebriated.
I need to announce a real quick thing, real quick. If you're down, guys. Hey, guys. Thank you for coming with us. We would appreciate it if you join us on Sunday for Dooming with Dragor. He will be doing that on Sunday at 5 p.m. With Sal from I have it right here.
Sal comes from. Oh my god, I knew this.
You know what I'm talking.
Is it Ringtail?
Ringtail Cafe.
Ringtail
Thank you
Cafe.
very much. I blanked because I'm drunk.
It happens.
Yes, so with Sal from Ringtail Cafe. So we hope you join us for that. I might be doing a little bit zooming with Xander beforehand with
Yeah, Sal was from.
the rocket cars, but I'm not sure about that if I will be able to. But rest assured, on Twitch /Dragger Zippy Tanks, we will be there, and we hope you see you there. That's it.
And again, a huge shout out to all of our friends who are out there trying to do the same thing as us. So let's give a shout out to Uncle Kage, Boozy Barrister, Pepper Coyote, Fox Samore, Chris the Comedy Bunny, Dragor, Sarathan, Iggy, Quack Quack Honk. I think I just got him, right? I think. We need to write this stuff down, guys. We kind of suck at this. My
We are
bad.
very drunk right now. I'm
Yep,
sorry.
we're all messed up. That being said, we are done with questions. We are done with shout-outs. So now we're going to go to the chat. We're going to do this for a little while longer until the chat dies down. So if you guys have questions, comments, or anything you would like to talk about, throw it in the chat. Thank you all for being here. And just honestly, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for putting up with us during this trying time. We wish we can stream more. This is on me. Thank you for just
It has
hanging out.
been like close to 10 months. Can you stop saying this trying time?
I
It's
really
very
wanna
trying.
know.
It's very trying.
I want to know if any of the pilots have been like in these turbulent times. When there's turbulence,
There's turbulence.
I want to know.
In these turbulent times.
In these turbulent times, we ask you to put on your seatbelt. Like, I wanna
Iggy, have a
know.
wonderful evening.
Thank you,
Onyx,
Iggy.
hugs all around.
So, thank you for joining us tonight, as well.
Oh,
Starting our weekend.
Erner is running his Friday night Cartoons Plus movie stream tonight at 9:30 Eastern. Find him on the Drag It Telegram. So just to really quick give ourselves a shout out, you can find us on Telegram under Drag It Show.
Pretty sure.
Find us under Telegram under Drag It Show. You can find us on Twitter, and you can find us on YouTube. But our website is...
DragonShow.com.
It is dragonshow.com if you're new to the show. And by the way, if you're new to the show, please give a shout out right now in the chat. We would love to have a quick conversation with you as we talk to everyone in our wonderful, wonderful community.
And real quick, if you go to dragonshow.com, you can pretty much go there for all of our links to our Telegram account and YouTube, Twitch.
We
blah, 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 blah,
exist.
blah. So
Yeah, sometimes we forget that we exist and go for a month without doing a stream. We have now done 2 in 2 weeks, which is pretty good for us.
we tried. Yeah, we did it.
And just a quick reminder, and this is my last actual advertising shout out. The weekend of the 17th, I will be on with Uncle Kage on the wine stream, doing a 4+ hour stream. Very much looking forward to seeing all of you again there.
Nice.
Head Foxton says, Happy Fennec Friday to one and all. Oh man, those are some pretty large ears over there. I do love Fennecs. They're amazing.
They do have very large ears. That's why I like bats. They got the biggest ears.
Sudir says,
The
there's
ears
a...
are important.
They are. Sudir asks, there's a Trump parade going past our house tomorrow night.
Nope.
What should we do? Sue,
Stay inside.
play Mario Kart with us.
A Trump raid?
Rally.
Oh, okay.
Just
okay.
a parade.
I misunderstood.
Whoa, Erner! The best popcorn seasoning.
Oh.
A while ago, I would have agreed with you that the garlic parmesan is pretty high up there until this, and I'm going to say it properly, motherfucker
Oh.
showed us the true best seasoning. Would you like to tell them what you did that I threw up my arms in defeat?
I would like to throw out there that I have never fucked a single mother.
Damn.
But no,
Father fucker?
everybody always, well, no, not everybody. People who go to the Wisconsin State Fair constantly fight over what is the best popcorn. Is it something savory and delicious, or is it something sweet and tangy? And no, just mix them. Mix them both. Put sugar in it. Make it a kettle corn with garlic parmesan.
Yep.
It's really good.
It was unreal. We ate his bowl before we finished our bowl.
Nah,
It
that's
was
fair.
ridiculous.
Sweet and savory, baby.
Sweet and savory, man. John Bandrow says beer popcorn. So there was an item that showed up at Costco a while ago, which was beer
cheese soup?
chips. Oh, the chips, remember
the
those?
Chips.
There were beer chips, and all they were was these normal potato chips with a very, very nice seasoning on them that was a combination of sugar and beer. I was banned from bringing them into the house. These weren't normal chip bags. These were Costco-style chip bags, and I was eating them in one sitting. They banned me from bringing them to the house, and then they
Because he thought he was
discontinued
eating them in one sitting, but truth be told, he would have, you know, a good quarter, half of the bag, and then Xander and I would eat the rest of it and blame it on him.
That's about right. But yeah, those beer chips are one of my favorite snack items. I'm very glad that they are
beer
gone.
Chips are
Yeah.
so
The kettle chips.
They were
good.
so unbelievably good.
Oh
I'm
my
so glad they're
God,
gone.
They are so poisonous.
Onyx, please make me a drink. If you don't mind, I would like to watch you make it. I always like learning a new drink.
Nice.
Chai and vanilla icing kettle corn sounds wonderful,
That
Skylar.
does
I
sound
would eat
wonderful.
the frick out of that.
So one of the recipes I'm currently working on is a chai tea flan. I'm very excited about making it, but there's so many steps that I'm just not ready to do yet.
I need to sit down and read the Wikipedia article, but apparently chai means tea.
Yeah.
Really?
We have like 10 different bags of tea. All of them say chai. Some of them are green tea, some of them are black teas, and I don't quite understand which is which. Like, anyway, sorry.
No,
Sounds
that's
good.
legit. I was confused as well when you were pulling out our teas. Like, all of these are chai, some of them are Earl Grey. They're combined. I had no idea that chai just meant any spiced tea. I did not know that.
Yeah,
need
what
to
is
sit down.
what is the definition of chai?
You don't know.
If somebody knows, probably X and Div. No, X and Div doesn't like black teas that much.
You
But
teacup that. Yeah, that's right. You'd be
Anyway.
too jazzed. I'd be constantly vibrating. It'd be terrible.
Gray Foxen, not only is Hollywood Squares or Hollywood Awoo Squares
Hollywood.
fun, it's kind of crazy that Kadaze invited me to be on that show. As a youth, I was very interested in joining Hollywood Squares. I always thought that was the show that would be like my, I don't know, I guess the way to say it would be bucket list. If I was going to be on a game show when I was very young, it would have been Hollywood Squares. So it's kind of cool.
You saw Jim J. Bullock when you were a kid, like, that's big. That's what
I liked Hollywood Squares. I don't know what you... I just liked it.
And Whoopi's better.
Whoopi was great.
That's why I grew up with Whoopi and Jim J. Bullock and all that crap. But I guess the classic was the 70s, I guess. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I'm young. I get it.
Me too. No, when I grew up, it was Whoopi Goldberg and all those guys too.
Absolutely.
But like apparently, all the hotness is what you were talking about with who was the gay guy?
Yes.
Help me out.
That was not Rip Torn.
Nope. That's the
Uh,
confetti guy.
Yep. Oh my God! What the hell was his
Help
name?
us out,
I'm
guys.
sorry. This is
Google-
above and beyond my age. Rip Torn, a confetti guy? Excuse me?
Yeah.
His name is Rip Torn.
I'm sorry,
and
do that.
he is
Yeah.
a confetti
Oh
guy.
my God!
It makes sense, right?
Yeah, it's Rip Torn, dude.
He is known for going around having a goofy mustache and tossing confetti everywhere.
He's amazing.
Like that's it.
Rip Torn, dude, he's one of my heroes.
And he
Rip Torn is
probably
amazing.
had a good,
So like Freddie Mercury with confetti.
and funnier. Sorry.
You don't know that.
True. That's true.
Oh my God.
Anyway, I'm sorry.
Kid Weird says chai
Paul.
is Chinese for tea. By definition, it is Chinese tea.
We have gotten 3.5 times from Comedy Bun, Paul Lynn from Chris.
Holy fuck!
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you, Chris.
I'm sorry. I'm a heathen? What one of those?
You're a little bit of a heathen. That's
a little bit of a
fine.
heathen.
Sue, dear, maybe you can help clear this up for me. I, in order to prepare for Hollywood Squares, I watched a couple of the old Hollywood Squares, and I feel like the newer ones didn't have this problem. So many of those questions were like the multiple choice questions on tests that I was just taking on online courses, where I was being driven nuts because they were very opinionated questions. They were not like, oh, here's a fact, can you determine what is right? It was, here's a fact, how do you feel about this?
Kinda.
And do you agree with this person? Like,
not always, but that was definitely a thing in Hollywood Squares. I would say yes. I would say that every once in a while a question would come up that I would say was more opinionated oriented, but not all the time.
Absolutely.
Definitely not all the time.
Okay.
I don't know where the chat went, but Bruce Willis in The Fifth Element was amazing. Fifth Element is one of the best movies out
One
there.
more time, I'm back.
Good luck. We'll miss you.
Gray Fox and we did meet Genesis. They actually helped us set up the room because we were having some wonderful problems with audio drop off and that sort of thing. And still some problems later in it. But I think we pointed some stuff out to them that we need to work around.
Yeah, we'll get there. We'll get there. I love old game shows. I love actually a huge shout out to Iggy who does a lot of the game shows at Gods. Were you? Yeah.
The number of times that I've sat down and talked with Iggy about what is it? Swing the shit off the shelves, grab it and shopping.
Supermarket Sweep.
Supermarket Sweep.
Yes,
Absolutely.
I loved Supermarket Sweep. Oh my God. Yes, Chris the Comedy Bun. They freeze them in the way the characters would have a setup for a joke, its own form of improv. Comedy Bun, you could not be more correct, and that's one of the reasons that I loved that show. Head Foxen, we are very aware that Supermarket Sweep is coming back. I grew up
All
on
this
Supermarket
Wii
Sweep.
stuff. I didn't know that.
But did you not? Oh yeah, no, they're bringing it back, dude. Dude, we're just going over to Jewel and we're taking over the place. Let's Supermarket Sweep this bitch.
Oh, so basically I could just walk into any store as long as I have a camera, like a professional-looking camera.
Yeah,
look
professional.
At a shoulder-mounted, like, look around.
With
like,
gimbal locks. So
yep,
that you can,
I can absolutely just sweep everything into my
rob the
car
place.
and then just drive out.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, seriously, would you step? The person has a camera. You don't know how to stop people if they have a camera.
I put a chainsaw motor on a bike before. I'm sure I can do the same to a shopping cart.
What the fuck? Wait, what?
No?
No.
No?
No.
Okay.
No, I'm a suburbanite.
Xander, motors on bikes?
Hold on. I want to ask the full question to this man because I want him to hear how ludicrous this is. Say it.
So I put a chainsaw motor onto a bicycle. I don't know how to finish that question because I didn't think it was a question. I thought it was a statement until about 15 seconds ago.
Nothing else needed.
I mean...
Oh, I guess the rest of the question is, would you like me to put that on a shopping cart so that you can supermarket sweep a grocery store and then get away with it?
Fuck yes. That'd be amazing. Are you kidding me?
See, that's a good question and a good answer. I like it.
I mean, my only like objection is that everyone would know who I am because like, who the fuck was that guy with a fucking chainsaw?
Now,
Cart.
let's be realistic. You probably, in doing the scenario, would be wearing Xander.
Oh,
I approve.
True.
This is getting even better.
So first they hear me, then they see me, and they don't forget either of them. Because they see a dragon making fart noises going through the hallways.
I love the idea of you going down an aisle on a motor-controlled cart with your arm out, knocking every tortilla chip imaginable into your cart.
That's right.
And then just driving into the sunset.
I don't think you understand how useful a chainsaw motor is in going up a 70-degree incline.
You're right. I have no idea.
Hey, if I make someone's day, it was worth it.
Absolutely.
That's right.
But also, you get a lot of groceries.
That sell me a ton of groceries.
And they'll never track
my
me.
God.
They'll never track the dragon, the bright blue dragon going down the street in a motorized chainsaw cart.
It's not that they won't track you. It's that they're not doing what you would expect afterwards. They're not arresting you. They're just like,
They would slay
what
me.
are
I'm a
you
dragon.
doing?
Wait, what?
They just pulled the microphone up to your mouth like, what are you doing?
Skylar, you don't know us very well. They're like, if we did a real supermarket suite, you'd end up with more turkeys and diapers than you could possibly fit in your home. Incorrect, Skylar, because I shop according to sales. I have totally had 3 turkeys in our home at the same time. You eat them, you just regret life as you do it.
And you say it was
love
on sale
sales.
in a
It was on
sad
sale.
voice?
That's how he gets pissed at me when I bring home Twinkies and say they're on sale.
Yep. Xander unpacks some of the groceries, looks at it, goes, "Why did you get this?"
Yeah.
And he looks at he looks at Alkali, knowing the answer. I got it on sale.
Got it on sale.
I have to make him say it.
I have to say it.
The shame has to pass his lips, you understand? So that he feels the effect of what he has done.
You're always very polite about it. You understand my nuances until the one time. And I was doing it because I was making what's called a short water crust. Hot water crust.
Short water crust.
Hot water crust.
Okay.
Nope, short water crust now.
And Xander looked over at me and he goes, "No!" and walked away from putting away the groceries because I had bought a 6-pack of sticks of lard. And he was so angry at me. He thought I bought them because they were on sale because I had never bought.
I ended up throwing like almost all of those out.
Yeah, I only made the hot water crust ones.
You made the one.
Yes.
And then I've lived here long enough that the fat went bad.
Oh,
yes. Yeah,
no.
No, it was bad. It was bad. I wanted to make it. I tried it. I was not the biggest fan. I could do better.
Threw it away. You purchased it before he moved to Missouri, and then I threw it away after he came back from Missouri.
That sounds about
Jesus Christ.
What? Fat lasts forever.
right. It should.
I vaguely remember that too. It's like, what is this? What are you doing? Are you having science in here? Is there science in your kitchen? Science is not allowed in the kitchen. Everything's by feel. Motherfucker.
1, you are a cook, not a baker, and 2, there's something dirty about the word Crisco.
And that's true. That's very true. We have 12 minutes left. We're going to go back to the chat, guys. If you have any last questions, comments, anything like that, we're going to be talking to you for these last 12 minutes. And again, thank you for joining us tonight. This has been unbelievably entertaining for us. We hope it has been the same for you.
Are you turn the light on?
I am.
Alrighty.
Let's see if that works. Oh, it works. That's
Hi.
wonderful.
Hi.
I didn't think that we haven't turned that on in like a year.
You know, one of them. I think we have a blue bulb for the other one, but
We should
It works for
install
now.
it.
You see a little better. That's fine.
Comedy Bun, the fat went bad as Alkali's life story. I don't think you know my, what do you call it, sitcom catchphrase.
I don't know. I think that's the name of your Breaking Bad spinoff.
Is
The fat
Fat
went bad.
the fat went bad. Thank you.
Sorry.
I love you too.
I'm sorry.
Xander walked into the kitchen once and I had failed at a bake that I was doing, and I guess I muttered under my breath, well, guess I'll eat butter. This was the favorite thing I had ever said to him.
It was.
And he turned it into a sitcom moment that he wants me to use, I guess I'll eat butter, as my catchphrase to every
Yes!
time I say, yeah!
I just see you in traffic, in Chicago traffic. Stop. Just dead traffic, and be like, well, guess I'll eat butter. Breaks it out from his pocket. Studio applause. Yeah! As you take a big fucking bite out of it. So wonderful. Do you want to see Alkali eat butter for applause?
I'm not going to eat butter for applause. I've done deep fried butter
really,
once.
that's the thing you wouldn't do for applause?
I do it for charity. I don't care about applause.
Martial law has been declared. Well, guess I'll eat butter.
Guess I'll eat butter.
Come on.
Sudir says, look up at the moon. Mars will be tight next to it, closer and brighter than usual. Thank you, Sue. We will definitely take a look once the sun goes down out here.
Neat.
Teddy wants to know to Miko, did your engine end up tearing off the spokes of your wheels as well?
No. The only reason I got to use that particular chainsaw engine was because we did not take particularly good care of that chainsaw. The gasket ended up blowing, and I just never got around to fixing it. It got me up a few hills, though, for a couple of weeks of working at that camp.
Vince says he's from Sao Paulo. It's 8 o'clock right now, 86 degrees Fahrenheit. Xander, you would love that place.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to guess it's like mid-50s over here right now.
Yeah, like, I think it's like 55, 56.
Sounds about
I'd say
right.
mid-40s.
We have a wonderful fire over it. Well, of course you think it's in the
I
mid-40s.
think it's mid-40s. Let's ask
You
Apple.
think our house is in mid-40s.
Steve Jobs, what's the temperature outside?
Steve Jobs!
Wouldn't that be great if you could ask Steve Jobs' tombstone?
I would
That'd be
love
so
to ask
great.
Steve Jobs.
How
You'd be like,
many
I'm
people-
dead. I don't care. Oh,
I was gonna say,
fine.
how is he buried? Is he like in a wall, or is he in a gravestone? Because like I would imagine some either rich fuck or somebody who gave up like a Gen 2 iPad would have like pasted one to his grave by now.
True.
Turn his ashes into an iPad. I like this idea.
would
Why didn't
would
they
be
do
carbon.
that? Or into acid, because he apparently dropped acid and it was the best thing in his life.
As you do.
Turn Steve Jobs into acid.
Turn Steve Jobs into acid. I love it.
Come on.
Rick asks, have any of you had a traditional warp core breach? So, Rick, I'm going to give you a chance to tell us what that is, and I will tell you my traditional drink from back in the Gen Con days, which was the Romulan Ale. Romulan Ale back in Gen Con days had 3 rules. Rule 1, it must be blue. We usually did that using blue Curacao. Rule 2, it must have 5 ingredients. And Rule 3, no ingredient in the blue Curacao and in the Romulan Ale besides the blue Curacao could be under 40% or 80 proof. So that was the traditional Gen Con Romulan Ale. That's the actual recipe. You could do whatever you want, but you had to follow those 3 rules.
So
Rick,
the
what is a
rules were-
warp core breach?
So the rules were it had to be blue
Must be blue.
and it had to fuck you up.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Romulan Ale
So
was ridiculous.
It's blue jungle juice.
Yes.
I understand.
Yes,
now.
yeah. No, Gen Con was a weird, wonderful thing because traditions, and I don't know, like, furry is this wonderful amalgamation where everyone tries to be kind and help the community. The charity aspect of furry is one of the best in the community. For some reason, the thing about Gen Con that will always stand out to me is traditions were the easiest thing in the world to create. because I didn't go to a lot of Gen Cons, but I've been part of Gen Con back when they were in Indianapolis. I was at the Gen Con where the idiots threw a bunch of bubble bath solution in the fountain outside of the hotel and foamed the entire area.
Hell yeah.
Tradition
As you do.
was key. And that was one of the things. Romulan ale was it. Okay, Rick Hale says for a Warp Core breach, 10 ounces of flavored rums, razzmatazz, I've never heard of, fruit juices, and dry ice. Yeah, okay, I can see where you're going with that one. I like that. Kid Weird, I agree with you. Yes, human ashes are carbon. Carbon is a conductor. Compressed human ashes could be made into electronics. Absolutely, you are totally correct on that. Oh my god, I genuinely miss some of the aspects of Gen Con. Like, Gen Con to me, back in the day, was really fun. It's where I learned how to play Lupus and Tabula. Was first at a Gen Con. Like, that was a pretty big nighttime game. You could just kind of wander around and find pickup games of Lupus and Tabula. Or what's the other one? The more general Werewolf at the Table is the other one. What's
Lupus? Nothing. Just imagine a pickup game of Lupus.
Oh my god.
up? Yeah, it would get weird. It would get weird.
Oh, I can imagine it.
I can too. I've been to conventions.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we're doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, both and neither, it is almost 7 o'clock out here, and I think it is about time for us to end this stream.
Yeah.
To finish off, I want to thank everyone for joining us tonight. Thank you very much for the Patreons and supporters of The Dragon Show. Thank you for being here. We're so glad that you could join us. I want to thank our guest. Let's give it up for Miko! Sorry, hold on. It's been so long since I've seen it. Here's Miko!
There you go.
The creator of The Dragon Show, the person that made this all possible. He gets everything set up. He tries to keep me on his schedule. He is the reason that you ever seen us. Ladies and gentlemen, let's give it up for Xander the Blue.
Oh, the light. It burns us.
I tried to make it so that it wouldn't do that, and now it does it more often, so... as long as you keep moving, it won't dim.
There.
Gray Foxen, that is a wonderful idea. I would totally put my ashes inside of an Etch-a-Sketch. That, in fact, that's my new... I'm putting it into the will. You guys have to turn me into an Etch-a-Sketch.
I like it. Make you do new things every time.
Yeah, that's okay.
I think that's
Like-
cool.
I can finally
I'm
make it
not
out while I do
involved in
things. This is amazing. Okay, sorry.
Your creativity will never end.
Okay.
To finish it off, we are The Dragon Show. This is Xander. My name is Alkali. Thank you very much for Miko to being here, guys. Keep your eye on our Telegram and our Twitter. We're going to announce there anytime we want to do something. Thank you very much for all of those who support us. Thank you and good night.
Night.
Good night.
Night. Bye.